everybody. Welcome. Good evening. Hello. It is the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
Busy as usual. Lots of stuff to talk about today. I saw something today that kind of fucked me up. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But also hit the like button, hit subscribe. You know the drill. Tonight, I got some great news. Tonight is the last goal we'll have to hit until Thursday. And Thursday is probably going to be relatively easy because we got the Corey thing tomorrow. We'll explain that in a second. And then we've got the prize show tomorrow evening. So Thursday and Friday seem like they're going to be pretty easy. So I say knock it out tonight, and chances of having another successful Steel Toe week are pretty high indeed. $240 away. You guys got us $10 in on the morning show. We cannot thank our audience and our fans enough for the support they give us. We appreciate it. Memberships are important. If you want to become a member, $5 a month gets you in. You get access to emotes, members-only shows, shit like that. $100 drawing. We're gonna pick. What we're gonna do now on the prize show is we're gonna pick one member every month. We're gonna give them $100. We're gonna announce it on the show. If they don't claim it, we're gonna roll it over and do two of them for members the next month. What I've noticed in the prize shows is the momentum of the show really gets dragged down when you're drawing 5, 6, 7 to try and get to them. So now what somebody misses will be everybody's gain the following month.
Makes sense.
I think. And as far as VIPs, we have all your information on file, so we can just send that out to you no matter what. Oh, my God. What to do first, what to do. Let's catch up with all of you. I know that ever since we started scheduling the streams and, having the time out there, people have been coming in a half hour before the show, and they start talking to each other, and
it's easier to find it and prepare for it.
I like it. I like doing that. I like that people come in a half hour before the show. It's like steel toe tailgating in a weird way. I like that. April and I went to the gym today after about 4 days off, and we feel like shit. So there is that part. I don't think we're going to take that long of a break.
It wasn't.
From now on.
It wasn't voluntary, that's for sure.
Andrew Smith says, Royce Lopez from Daywave Radio said Aaron likes boys and girls. Is it true, bruh? Okay, percentage chance in your mind that Royce actually said that. I'm at about 70%.
I was going to say 83.
Okay, 83% that Royce Lopez said that I like boys and girls. I'd believe it. If it's not true, I would buy it anyway. Let's continue. Oh, and
you didn't answer the question, though.
Oh, that I like boys and girls? Just girls for me.
Okay.
Just girls for me. Thank you.
Well, that's comforting.
Just the ladies. Tomorrow is Corey's last show, and we're going to do a thing. We're not going to have a goal tomorrow. Half of whatever you send on PayPal and Streamlabs is going to Corey. I'm not going to promise that the Super Chats will. I can't. Because I can't keep a cumulative count as we're going on the show.
Okay.
So I'm going to announce very far ahead of time. I cannot keep track of that well enough to promise that. So if you want Corey to get something as, a fare thee well kind of a deal, we'll have no goal tomorrow. We'll do a straight up 4-hour show, and then we'll cut him a check, as it were. Severance. As it were. April's Parents Hobby Farm says, haven't listened forever. You fired Corey. No, Corey and I definitely are doing 2 different shows now. It just probably have been for a long time. And also a guy not being in the studio with you. There's something about the dynamic that gets lost when you're doing it via Zoom. But and there's more chances to get distracted, if you're remote, because you're not sitting there with the person. So there is that. So Corey will be back. It's just his last regular Wednesday show. We'll see him back here. Hell, could be once a month. Maybe pop in here and there. Who knows? But absolutely, it's going to be great tomorrow morning with Corey. Strippers Got Me Banned says, Loaf Piggy feeling sore? Soft.
Yes. I don't even know what to say.
Citizen M says, Corey is just moving on to focus on different things for his comedy career. That's true, too. That's pretty accurate. Rupert says, you did say you were whacking kids' dicks off. No, I meant to say cutting kids' dicks off. And I think I said whacking kids' dicks off.
I think you said whacking.
And I shouldn't. I
was hoping you said hacking.
Hacking kids. I didn't mean to. I understand.
Either way, don't do it.
Whacking kids' dicks off can mean like severing them, but it also has another terrible meaning that certainly.
Definitely don't say jacking.
Should not get close to. Ever again.
I hope you're ashamed.
Citizen M says tomorrow's going to be depressing as fuck. I don't think so. I talked to Corey today, and we're gonna do some member berries shit. We're gonna bring up some of the best stuff that we've done and his favorite times on the show. I think it's gonna be a killer time. And of course, Corey's not going anywhere. You can go watch his show every day. You can go check out everything he does.
Seems like both shows are happier this way. Between the two of you, at least listening to the two of you, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody, like a lot of the people who like angst and all that shit, and I certainly am not a big fan of it,
nope.
A lot of those people who wanted that are really mad at us. Like, they're really mad at... Corey and I were laughing about that via text today. We were like, why are people so upset that we're not angry? Or that Corey, like, he's like, people are mad I didn't record the phone call. And he's like, why would I record the fucking phone call? That's gay ops. That's dirty. We don't do that. And he's just like, people just have, it's like a parasitic thing in their brain that's infected them. He said, what did he say? He put it a great way. He said, people have so much anger and hostility that they need to throw out at other people.
They need to take good things and make them bad.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what.
Gonna be a bunch of narcs between shows for a little while. See, I don't think so. Yosemite Sambo says Corey will lose track of what's going on at least 3 times tomorrow, and at least 2 of those times will be from him being on his phone. Now, in fairness to Corey and the phone thing, that's something he would do once in a while when he was sitting right here or when we were on the radio together. Like both that was like an ongoing gimmick.
You had to have a no phone clause.
Yeah, on the show that would be a gimmick that like no phones.
Yeah.
And his thing was always he would go, I can do both at the same time, and I go, Corey, I'm the host. No, you can't. Everyone thinks they can multitask until the person next to them informs them, no, you can't. Like I'll tell April I can multitask, and she'll laugh openly in my face.
You can. No, you don't even tell me you can, though.
Not anymore.
No, you gave up on that.
Like, if I have an input going into my ears and someone tries to talk to me, not only can I not hear them, I can't function.
I will just tell him, whenever you're done doing the thing you're doing, then I have to talk to you about something.
Right.
I need your attention.
Because I'll just go, like, if I have something in my ears and someone goes, hey, can I talk to you? I'll short circuit. I'll just go, and that's it. Don't clip that. Brandon Can't Lose says he said he's always going to be sentimental about Steel Toe, his first radio gig. Hopefully he comes back from time to time.
I know, like, when we were on the phone call with him, what was it, a Tuesday? I know I choked up and stuff, but by the end of it, it really did seem like it's what he wanted, I guess. So then it's hard to be sad about it because you can't force somebody to stay on something they don't want to be on.
Right. And, and I said to him, I was like, I'm glad you said that because I feel like you've been losing interest and I've been having to carry those Wednesday shows a lot. So it made it really easy when he went, why don't I just step away for a while? You can do the show the way you want, and I'll go and I'll spread my wings and try to do my show the way I want to do it. It's like, all right, cool. Sounds awesome. Zen Rhino says, April, if you need Aaron's attention, all you have to do is flash your boobs. Problem solved.
I can walk by him completely naked sometimes and he won't notice.
Not true. Not true. I repeat, not true. Now, oh, by the way, I asked Gino about getting Frankie on the show. He said he said he can help us with that.
Really?
He said he can help us with getting Frankie on the show.
I feel like Frankie's picky about his friends.
I know, but I like Frankie.
I do too.
I want to have him on. Rupert nails it. He says, multitask. I can barely task. All right, guys, I'm going to skip away from the chat for a little bit. 2:40 away from tonight. Let's knock out that last goal until Thursday. Maybe the last goal until Friday, depending on how stickers go.
We'll see.
For the Wednesday show. Of course, you're going to have a lot of trolls kind of keeping an eye on the I don't think they're going to be in the chat. I think they're going to be hanging back and hiding because they want to catch us doing a lottery on prize night. We don't do a lottery on prize night.
No, it's always been very clear. Buy our certificates, buy our stickers, buy entries to something.
We're
That
not.
is it.
Yeah, you're not.
You're
no,
buying.
You're not buying entries into anything.
Okay, you're buying
if
the
you
product.
buy
It comes
stickers,
with
we
benefits.
pick a random person who buys stickers, and we give them a little something extra in there in the form of a VIP package, $250, whatever they want. They get to pick from an array of things to just kind of slip in. We're gonna slip it in the envelope with the stickers you bought. Just a nice random thing.
Stickers with benefits.
Yeah, stickers with benefits. I like that. Does Corey leaving make you think about rotating second mics on outside interviews? Yes, we're going to do that. We're going to be having different people on. I want it to be in studio as often as possible, though. Black Ornament says Corey is going on MLC, so we'll get a scoop of some kind. He's probably just messing with Brennan.
I don't even want to think about what he's doing with Brennan.
They all, well, money. They pay him.
It's all money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with steel toe. Like, I don't mean to say it like Opie, but that's how I say it now because Opie says it like that. But they do have a weird obsession with our show. I find it cute. I find it fun. But they, like, it causes them angst. I'm going to be on Ray DeVito's show because I like Ray. I find him funny. And Ray was texting me today. He's like, people are like, oh, are you going to fuck with him? Are you going to get him? Are you going to get Aaron? He's like, they get mad at me. He goes, all those guys get mad at me when all I say is, I like Aaron. I think he's funny. And he goes, that sends them into a fucking tailspin. And I'm like, I'm gonna hide my laughing. I'm gonna hide my happiness that happens to people.
They don't like happiness.
But
at all.
I just find that great. And yeah, we'll have Ray on.
They don't like seeing good things for us.
Look,
in general.
I don't give a shit about other people's good things.
Right.
If they get them, great. So I'm not expecting anyone to fucking care about what we do.
It's just that when they see the show doing well or the people on the show doing well, it's awful for them for some reason.
Let me set your worried minds at ease. We're doing okay. Great? No. Terrible? No. We're doing fine. What, 9,300 subs our first year on YouTube? We're pretty happy about that. But we got a long way to go. If we stay at 9,300 subs for, 10 years, that's a problem. All right, let's get to this.
You're going to like that. Be careful with it.
And then I have to be careful?
I'm telling you to be careful, yes.
All right.
This is another package from the Max and from Canada.
All
who
right.
keeps sending the wrestling shirts.
Max and from Canada got me a little gift here. Oh.
Did you see where it's from? You don't have to read the address, but...
Oh, so if I turn this way, okay,
no,
that's
don't
not...
turn it towards that. Just, I wanted you to see where
it
was
is
from.
Should I read out loud what it's from? It's from Cornette's Collectibles in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, let's see. Cornette's Collectible. Oh, it's cardboard.
Careful.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I told you.
Oh my God. First of all,
I want to make sure your hands are clean.
First of all, thank you, Max. And this is so cool. I got a Jim Cornette shirt. Oh, this is one of my new favorite things. Look at that. I can wear my dad on my chest. I've got a Jim Cornette shirt. Wow, that's really awesome. All right, now I got to look through this cardboard.
The rest of it, please clean hands. Be careful.
Right.
No bending. Uh-huh.
Oh.
I had a part in this one.
Did he really write that?
Yes.
That's really Jim Cornette.
Yeah. That's legit.
He wrote this by hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. We got to get this fucking guy on the show.
We have to get that framed and up on the wall.
Look at this. First of all, the picture is awesome.
Thank you.
Of the one and only James E. Cornette. But then I don't want to touch this thing. But then the signature, obviously, he signed his name on it. Check that out. Look at what he wrote. To Aaron Imholt, I am your father, motherfucker. That is too awesome.
Isn't that great?
I'm your father, motherfucker.
So I knew this was coming for a little while because this guy, Max and messaged me. He always messages me about your shirts and stuff. And he sent me a couple picture options. He's like, okay, which one of these pictures do you think he would like the best? And I said, this one. And then he said, okay, what do you think we should get him to write for him? And
Wow.
I did a little research that totally like flew over your head, and you had no idea why I would have asked, of course.
What did you ask?
I came down here and I was talking to you about different, wrestling characters and all that shit. And I'm like, what would be like a thing that you'd want to hear from these different people?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
remember that.
Yeah. And I reported back, and it happened.
Holy shit.
So that is all courtesy of Max Ann from Canada.
Thank you, Max And. That is really, really awesome.
God, that is cool.
Is Max And a VIP or not?
No, he is not.
If he wants to come down for the anniversary show and bring a guest, he's more than invited. If he wants to come down from Canada.
You're right. I don't want to touch it.
I know. I don't want to touch it. I'm your father, motherfucker.
That is sick, and that totally looks like you, like 30 years from now.
I know. He's got a little bit better hairline, honestly.
Yeah, you're right. It's a little straight across.
It's a little straighter across. I have more coming forward here, but he has more consistently.
Would you like me to find like a frame for this or something?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I want you to find a frame for that motherfucker.
It's pretty cool. I see
man.
a nice ripe spot on the wall right there.
Oh yeah, right underneath the
you.
team photo right there.
Yeah.
We're going to put hey, if you and I do that thing we talked about that one Saturday that we mentioned on the show last night, we might have to take that down.
Are we doing that on Saturday?
I think if our other plan falls through, I think we should do that.
And just be friendly and cordial and all that?
I honestly, I'm going to tell you, April and I mentioned...
Honestly, I'm scared to see him.
I mentioned on the show about going to Adrian Washington's comedy show because I think maybe it's time. It's been long enough. We did some great things together. We accomplished a lot of cool stuff together. And he was a friend. If we do go to his show Saturday at the red carpet, I will reach out beforehand. Maybe we will have some kind of either phone conversation or text conversation, all of us together. I don't want to crash his show unannounced.
No, I do believe that if we showed up unannounced, it wouldn't go well.
Right. And I don't want to do that. That's childish.
I think he would be in a way of like, nah, you guys can go. Get out of here.
Yeah. So if we wanted to do that, then yeah. We'll reach out to him beforehand. We'll have a little talk, and we'll come out to the show.
I'd be nervous as shit, but I'd go.
Think it could be fun.
All right. Where is it? The red carpet?
It will be at the red carpet.
Okay.
So, kind of interesting.
I'm looking.
Kind of interesting.
I'm surrounded by this cornet stuff, and it is honestly, it's sick.
That
Max
cornet
Ann
shit is awesome.
Kills it harder every single time. And I am honored that he always asks because that's kind of fun to be part of.
Max and thank you very much.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking a little bit ago, I think it was John. John Jamingo said, how do you become a VIP? The VIP system works like this. Take a look at steeltoeentertainment.com/shop here. We've got the 3 t-shirts, the hoodie, the 2 5.5-inch vinyl stickers. They look like, Shaka. They look like this. Indoor, outdoor, the vinyl stickers. We give you all of that. We give you 2 tickets to every show that we do, every live event we do. We do 2 to 3 a year. We give you 2 free tickets to all of them for the rest of your life. Anytime we come out with a free item of merch, it goes free right to your door. You get to claim a copy. We also put you in a $100 drawing every single month. And that's if you contribute $250 to our show one time in a 7-day period, we make you a VIP. And that's how that works, my friend. So for anyone who was ever interested in doing that, of course, that counts for the anniversary show.
Yes.
As well.
And I'm going to reach out to this Canadian and tell him he can come.
They're saying you guys and 5 other people at the Adrian show. No, we'll reach out, we'll say hi, and who knows what happens. Now we got this Wednesday spot open. Who the fuck knows what happens to our guest spots?
Serious, I understand that all the shit that went down between you two was mostly business stuff. That's not the case for me, so that's still a stickler for me a little bit.
Like I said, you guys, you should talk beforehand if that's ever going to happen.
I've actually tried to talk to him about that before at the Pickled Loon out back, taking a smoke, and he was above it all. I've done nothing wrong, and I don't think that's ever going to be squashed.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. But Max and thank you so much.
Yes.
That is incredible. That is one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten. I appreciate it. Samuel Warner with $2 says, I can make you a frame from black walnut for that. I'm not against it. Get in touch. Good riddance Corey with $1.99 says, Corey's picture behind you can now go bye-bye.
Well,
that one?
It's kind of part of everything.
He's still a guy.
I mean, he's still a person.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a guy, a thing. Rincewind says, oh, please, please no, he's not funny. I've listened to old shows. No, Adrian. Okay, look. I understand.
I don't want him on this show. Yeah, I think that'd be a mistake.
Electric Shoes says, no, come on. Be friends with the guy on your off time, but don't make us endure him on the show.
No, that'd be a mistake, I think.
Oh, replace him with Korn. Agreed, he isn't funny or a good second mic. All right. Look.
Amen.
Look.
I'll go to his shows if he wants to say some, I'm sorry's to me. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I understand.
And I'll support the guy, but I think we've parted ways for show stuff.
I'm getting older. Hatchet burying is becoming my thing.
I think hatchet burying is wonderful. I just don't think he is for this show. And he told you he's not for this show. He told you that.
I would have to hide Shaka if he ever came into, and I told Shaka I would never do that to him. Right. I'm not ashamed. Citizen M says, Corey's a person until that MLC exclusive drops. I have no doubt in my mind that Corey will say nothing but his honest feelings about this show that I'm already aware of on that show.
What does that even mean? Exclusive.
He's not going to go on there and just shit on... If you think Corey's the guy you've watched him on this show. If you think he's the guy who's just going to go with giving a show exactly what they want out of him, you don't know Corey Adam. Trust me.
I don't follow any of this shit, but so like this exclusive is supposed to be stuff that apparently nobody knows yet, or what?
No, it's just they said, "Oh, what are you going to say about Steel Toe?" And he's like, he was egging them on and getting another booking by going, "Oh, I still got another 2 weeks."
Oh, so he's doing business.
He's doing a little, I'm not gonna blow up his spot.
Sure.
He's doing, he's doing a little bit of business there. All right, let's continue on with the show. I've got a real bummer of a thing to talk about, so I'm kind of avoiding it. The bummer of the thing is the title of tonight's show, I saw something I shouldn't have. I'm scrolling, I'm getting ready for the show, and these school shootings and stuff, they never really get to me on an emotional level. I always hear these, parents and stuff and just people in general. They'll go, oh, my heart's breaking, I'm shaking, I don't know what to do. And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, my God, how can you send the kids to school or anything like that? Because I'm kind of a cold numbers guy when it comes to that. Like, I play the odds on it. I'm like, the odds of that happening, where they go to school and them being the one, it's statistically zero. It's not going to happen.
I get that take.
So I don't really get, but like the heartbroken, depressive, shitty feeling that people get from these school shootings, I usually don't get those. I'm angry at the person who did it. I'm pissed off at the politicians who try to make it about guns, or I'm even a little annoyed at the people who are trying to make this shit about trans people specifically.
Sure.
This time around. This speaks to something bigger that I've been screaming about for years, and I know I'm not alone. The mentally ill. I've had it with the easy ride we've been giving the mentally ill in this country.
I agree. That's what always makes me angry.
I mean, and by the way,
they're always known to people beforehand.
And when I'm talking about the kind of mentally ill person that could shoot up a school, take a look at every school shooter. You know the look. And there's always warning signs beforehand. It's like a school shooter level of mental illness, violent mental illness, is like Scalia described porn. I know it when I see it.
Yep.
I know there's no medical test you can do. I know. But if there's a kid snapping a frog's legs off when he's 8 years old, we're putting you in a fucking building.
Sorry.
That would be my solution. But
that's not normal behavior.
Right. We'll get to that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was scrolling through stuff to do for the show tonight. I was going through the websites I usually go to prep tomorrow's show and today's show. And I scrolled past, and I don't know why it got me this time, but I scrolled past the pictures of the little kids that got killed.
Yep.
And for the first time in my life, I got choked up, and I actually broke down and cried for about 30 seconds. I went and found April. I'm like, I did the dumb thing. I looked at the fucking pictures of these little kids. because our kids now are old enough to look like these kids.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel too.
Right. So you look at them and you see them and you just go, you just imagine like these little kids got shot and like they were bleeding and they were
scared.
They were scared and they were
me.
dying. And you just see the pictures of them smiling and you're like, I can't imagine someone that small going through that kind of thing. And it just makes me feel so many things. And the one, maybe because I'm a guy, I don't know, but the thing that overcame me was hostility, rage, and anger. And it was hostility, rage, and anger because I looked at that picture, I got emotional about it, or as Good Riddance Corey says, pussy. I get it. I went, I got mad because you have to choke on your words when it comes to shit like this. I told April, I said, there is a nasty part of me that has a way to fix this mental illness thing to make sure we don't get these school shooters anymore. But I can't even speak it.
You can't even throw it out as an idea.
I can't say it out loud. I can't even put it out there as an idea like, hey, maybe when it comes to the mentally ill who show violent tendencies, maybe this is the way to go. Mm-hmm. If I said, I'll tell you guys, if you come to a show or sometime and we have a little private chat about it, I'll tell you what my position is. I can't say it here. I really can't. It would be a solution. It would work. There would be no more school shootings. Nothing. But I would not be allowed to work. I would not be allowed to have an opinion. I would not be allowed to basically show my face in public anymore. And that's the scary part. And it's not something that's crazy or out of this world. It's shit we've done before.
Yep.
To put it mildly, I want them in a home of some sort. I don't want them out in public. Seth Because says, could you say it on Rumble? Yes. Well, I could say what I believe on Rumble.
If you can't behave like a contributing part of society, without like harmful tendencies or that type of avenue,
Yeah.
I completely get what you're saying.
And I agree
if
with
you're not contributing, go away.
I agree with ATF Media 100%. I love getting to do this part because some people have this idea that I'm a Republican. I am so not a Republican because a Republican is a Democrat driving the speed limit. They all do the same shit. It just takes the Republicans longer to get there. There is no such thing as a conservative in America. There's no, they've basically shamed those people out of existence. Anyone who wants to conserve a part of America, they're gone. They don't get to talk anymore. But when it comes to Reagan, ATF Media is right. Reagan closed the state-run mental facilities in the 1980s. We used to put government funding, taxpayer funding, into locking these fucking Looney Tunes up. We didn't have school shootings.
Yep, this was a huge mistake.
We had a shitload of guns still. We had assault weapons. We had all of that stuff. Columbine happened during an assault weapons ban.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can't really draw the link between guns and all this shit happening because the lines go like this. There's no correlation. It's just all over the place. But when it comes to Good Riddance, Corey, take that one down because that's going to get maybe not me in trouble, but it's going to get you in trouble. Just do me a favor. Take that one down, buddy. No hard feelings. I get it. Emotions run high. But like Citizen M says, all the guns were bought locally and legally. Yes, absolutely. And they should have been. It's not the firearm. It's the person who's holding it. That person should not have been allowed out in public. I mean, we spend all this time wondering, should we put someone on puberty blockers or should we give someone surgery? No, it shouldn't even get to that point. This person is displaying such levels of mental illness that they should be in a home before we even talk about gender changing or sex changing. You should be hospitalized before that.
If you're going to talk about the gender stuff and the blockers and all that and the surgeries, I think we need to be sound of mind before we're making those decisions. If you can't be sound of mind before changing your whole physicality and all your being, I think we should wait.
Yeah, Seth Because kind of understands what I'm talking about now. He goes, mentioning how scared they had to have been gives me chills when I sit and think about it. Yeah, I can't. Honestly, I have to move on from it like after too long because if I sit and dwell on it, I'll lose my shit.
I have cried many times, because I do go look at these pictures. I want to know who it was, because I have noticed over time too that people will just sit and glorify and spread around the pictures of the shooters and about the shooter's life and all about the shooter. Let's like praise them damn near through the media, spread it around. Yeah. No one wants to look at the pictures of the poor little babies that got shot at school and think about what their parents and their schoolmates that had to watch them die went through. They want to talk about the shooter.
Yeah, we're going to see pictures of this fucking nut bar for weeks. Yep. From the Republicans, by the way. The conservatives, the Republicans are going to be the ones drumming this up. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to see pictures of the kids. We're not going to see pictures of the teachers or anybody like that. They're not going to be shown all over the TV. We've got it. The whole value system in this country is fucked up and backwards.
And then we got people that'll like suddenly turn this into a trans thing, like you said, instead of like it's a mentally ill person that just went and shot little kids, or they want to make it about the guns. But guns can't just get up and take them out of their home and go to a school and shoot kids. They need somebody behind it.
You need a mental...
You need somebody to pull the trigger.
You need a fucking mental patient that should have been locked in a fucking room somewhere.
It is so scary,
to pull the trigger.
Honestly.
And yeah, you know what? I agree with... I can't remember who it was, ATF, and Zen Rhino said the same thing. And that was, Ronald Reagan's legacy is still intact. I'd agree with that after every school shooting. Ronald Reagan's legacy is still intact. Did you play the police camera? I would. I don't know if we can play it on YouTube.
I don't think we should do that here.
I don't know if we can. Space Cadet says, I'll take as many rights as I can get. Thank you very much. We got to start having armed people at schools. I know it's not something we want, but unfortunately, the times we live in, we need an unarmed person.
I feel very good having good people, well-trained people armed. Yeah. Everywhere, basically. I feel good about it.
This mental illness is not evolution, says Need Trump. It's what the chemicals they're putting in our food, water, the medications they give us, and brainwashing. Well, whatever it is, it's
a mixture of all that.
Fucking nutty.
The level of acceptance of everything, too. Like, as a society, we're trained now, like, you must be accepting of all these different things. You've got to be accepting of everyone with any little mental tick, no matter what it is, or everyone's, obesity and everything. And it's not healthy anymore.
In defense of the morbidly obese, they do not commit mass shootings.
No, they don't. They can't get off the couch.
God bless the morbidly obese. They can't murder children unless they fall at a playground. Brad A. says it's pathetic how political everything
I know
has become. Yeah, I mean, what is it? The Republicans now want to talk about trans people. It's mental illness in general. All right, they're saying that YouTube actually has the video. All right, well, maybe we can check it out a little later. I feel like I bummed everybody the fuck out right now.
It's a big topic right now.
Yeah. I feel like I bummed you guys out, so I'm going to move on to a couple other Nashville-related stories, but then we're going to move on to some, as Mersh would call it, whimsy. A bit. Guys, if you feel like knocking out our $240 goal, you can chip in there on PayPal, on Streamlabs. Also, Super Chats, memberships, and Rumble Rants count as well. Thank you very much to everybody over on Rumble. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that. Helps the growth. Happy Plague Doctor becoming a member for his 4th month. Thank you. Says our children are our greatest treasure. Nobody fucking sticks up for him, though.
Nope. No one wants to talk about the kids.
That sucks ass, man. Zero Dark Tony, welcome, buddy. Says, speaking of Reagan, John Hinckley Jr. is monetized on YouTube. I saw that, and he's like playing big theaters now and playing his music. And
isn't that weird?
You just look at that guy and go, you tried to murder the president. Isn't that something?
Now you're doing shit.
That guy might still be locked up if Reagan hadn't closed down the state mental health facilities. John Hinckley Jr. might be in there. Oh, man. 2:35 away from knocking it out today. Thank you very much. Malevolent Bystander says, when did this chat turn into the 700 Club? It's going a little too fast for me to keep up with, but I'm assuming you guys are having a hot, lively debate on Nashville and whatnot, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Per usual.
Madonna, on the other hand, is a complete bag of rat shit. Fuck her to debt, or to debt. Fuck her to debt.
Debt, for sure.
Fuck her into debt.
All the debt.
All the debt in the world. Monetary.
She's her face or whatever she's doing.
Real estate debt. Everything. Fuck her to debt. I caught myself in the nick of time on that one.
Very good.
So Madonna has decided that the real victims in this Nashville shooting are the trans community. This piece of shit, who, by the way, is doing this just to promote this bullshit tour that she's doing.
Bad look.
Madonna to perform concert in Nashville and donate the proceeds to trans rights groups.
I don't think they need any more rights. Don't they have all the rights we do?
It's like Alex said when he was at that rally. He goes, what rights do you not have?
That's what I always scream. Like, you have the same rights. Not everybody has to like you. Plot twist, not everyone likes us.
Right.
Right?
Well,
it's fine.
We know that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't, you ask them what rights, and it's, I'll tell you what they really want. The right to not be criticized. Nobody has that right.
Nobody has that.
No, if you want equality, you got to have the right to be criticized. Otherwise, nobody gets to be criticized.
We can't even have conversations if we can't criticize.
Right. So Madonna's going to perform a concert in Nashville and donate proceeds to the trans rights groups. You know what this reminds me of? Is when, and I thought this was a bullshit, prickish thing to do, is when they had the Columbine shooting and like Charlton Heston would go speak at an NRA event in Denver the next week. Like Littleton, Colorado would have this mass murder and the NRA would go have some kind of rally there. It's fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of tact. Have a little bit of decency. Stay away. If Madonna wants to perform a concert in Nashville and she wants to donate it to victims of child crime and, you know, shit like that, that's fine.
Covering funerals.
Right. Right after a trans person murders 6 people, not the time. Because this just shows that you're politicizing it, and it also shows you're declaring where your sensitivities are at this time.
Yep.
And I think it's just a dog shit look. It's a real shock jockey move. You know, the word that comes to mind when I think of Madonna is sad and old.
Try hard.
Yeah, she's old and sad. She's not hot anymore. She's 64 years old, but she's still trying to be the skanky entertainer that she used to be. You know, she's not like, I'll throw an example out there, Cher.
Classy.
Cher kind of went,
bit of class.
Cher got old and she went, I'm old. I'll just go out, I'll sing my songs. Celine Dion.
Well.
She's nuts, don't get me wrong.
She's got some problems.
She's out of her fucking mind.
She can't move, remember?
Yeah. But she's, oh, that's right.
She's got some kind of weird disease that 1 in a million get. I forget what it's called.
You're right. It's,
she's not well.
I forgot about that.
Oops. I know.
Sorry.
She's not crazy, though.
Well, she's not acting like a slut.
She's not slutting it up.
No, exactly. So my opinion stands.
It does.
Of Celine Dion. Whoopsie daisy.
I don't know. Yeah, this whole Madonna thing, your priorities are fucked. Yeah. Like, not the time.
Rouse Sauce with $10 says, just because. Thanks, you two. Oh, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Rouse Sauce.
We appreciate that. 2:30 away from tonight's goal and 30 minutes of overtime. Of course, Citizen M loves Madonna and Jane Fonda. You know, what's funny about that, I don't have the same, I wasn't alive during Vietnam, not even close. So I don't have the same hostility that older people do towards Jane Fonda. You know, she like went and visited the North Vietnamese and basically did...
I don't have it either, so...
Yeah, she did like propaganda basically for the North Vietnamese and sat on an anti-aircraft gun. They called her Hanoi Jane and all this other stuff. Yeah, but I don't have the hostility towards Jane Fonda that I really don't give a shit about Jane Fonda.
I don't have any hostility towards Madonna either. I just kind of look at this shit and I'm like, you are kind of fucked up for that. Right. That's really as far as it goes. Like, I wouldn't go to that. I wouldn't support that. But that's up to me. Somebody will.
Like I said, sad and old. Yep. That's what I think of when I think of her. Sad and old.
I used to listen to her music when I was younger. I mean, Madonna was still...
Music.
Back then, you know.
Makes the people... That's the...
I wouldn't listen to it today. I mean, I certainly don't go out of my way for her.
Favorite Madonna song?
I can't even come up with it.
And why is the Weird Al version of them better?
And Weird Al always does her better.
Bill Fenner with $2 says, fuck, marry, kill April, Madonna, Cher, Celine Dion, current.
Oh, current? Oh, God.
Marry Celine, she might be gone soon.
I think actually Celine seems the most wholesome.
Get that money. Fuck Cher.
I'm having a hard time. I kind of want to marry Cher because she seems like the most fun out of those three at this point. I think I'm going to marry Cher.
Okay. You're going to fuck the cripple?
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck Celine because
Wow.
she seems like a gentle lover, and
she's
Madonna
all-
can go.
she's
I
all
can't look at
crippled.
Madonna anymore. I'm not gonna marry Madonna or fuck her.
All right.
Would
No,
you?
I think you got that one right. I would just flip the marry and the fuck.
Why? God, you could have so much fun with Cher.
Yeah, but Celine Dion would die faster and you'd get the money.
I don't want to be sad.
All right, fine. I didn't think
I'm in it for the fun here.
I didn't think we were doing it for love.
I do try to marry for love. Okay.
Well, then in that case, I'm not gonna.
Why are you complaining?
Then I guess I'll marry Bruce Willis because he seems like such a nice guy, and I want to take care
That's
of him.
why.
John with $50 over on PayPal. Thank you very much, buddy. That's
Thank you,
very
John.
nice of you. 180 away from knocking it out tonight. Appreciate that, bud.
Go for Celine. She can't run away.
Keep track of John. I think he might be making. I think that might be the John who was making a run at VIP. So we'll keep track for him. So he doesn't overpay if he decides to make a VIP run. All right, guys, 180 away from knocking it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, this David Pakman guy. He's another real piece of shit.
He looks like a piece of shit.
By the way, is that a wiener guy?
That's a wiener guy.
That's a wiener guy.
I don't like him.
David
Already.
Pakman is a wiener guy.
I don't know who that is. I don't like him.
All right, favorite Pac-Man. David Pakman or Manny Pacquiao?
Pacquiao.
All right, Manny
What
Pacquiao.
do you mean?
Good. So this David Pakman, this is why I wish we lived in a simpler time where when one of these shootings, one of these tragedies happened, everyone just took like 3 days and they said nothing but they covered the facts of the case and they went, thoughts and prayers, blah, blah, blah. This is a tragedy, blah, blah, this and that. No political statements, no trying to protect your side, nothing like that. Just nothing but the facts for a little while. David Pakman, the progressive radio host, appeared to suggest on Monday that the victims of the Covenant School massacre would not have died if they had prayed more. I'm not a religious. I'm not a religious guy, but I don't call myself an atheist simply because of people like this, like Sam Harris, like Richard Dawkins.
This is sick.
These arrogant pricks who have a problem with God. I don't understand how you can, at the same time, not think something exists and then be mad at it.
I agree with you. I've always had that same take. And as far as if they would have prayed more, they would have had like violence visited upon them. I have prayed my entire life legitimately for like good health and shit like that. That didn't stop me from getting tumors and shit, okay? Like that's not how this shit works.
Yeah,
this is something not godly here, okay?
But this is one of those things that atheists do to try and needle Christians and like kick them
so
while they're
bad.
down and shit like that. And like, don't get me wrong, Christians can be dicks too, but like when something like this happens and you have that thought, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
Just don't say anything. Like especially look at the pictures of those kids and like the image the picture I was painting earlier. Then think about saying shit like that.
I think you should have to be looking at those pictures of the kids and the innocent adults that were shot too and look at it and pretend you're talking to them and be like, you guys should have prayed harder, you wouldn't have been shot.
Yeah.
There.
This is what he said. Very surprising that there would be a mass shooting at a Christian school, given that lack of prayer is often blamed for these horrible events. He said in a now deleted tweet.
Right.
Is it possible they weren't praying hard enough or correctly despite being a Christian school? Pakman said. Just a piece of shit.
I actually occasionally am not surprised when it is something like a Christian school because of the people that are not Christian that will lash out against such people for thinking that like, oh, they just think they're better than us or something like that. That's my opinion.
It's a guy like this, a guy like Dawkins, a guy like Harris. They have this big fucking hang up with God. And it's, first of all, it's obnoxious to listen to. They're just as dogmatic as religious people. And this hang up they have with God occupies way too much of their time. And they always have to prove that they're smarter. Well, if these Christians believe in this invisible man and they're so fucking stupid, why are you trying so hard to prove you're smarter than they are? If they're all just dumb cavemen, what are you proving? That you're smarter than a dumb caveman? Right. Congratulations. I feel the same way about atheism as I feel about religion. I don't give a shit. Don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, unless you're asking.
Right.
Like, that is kind of my take on most topics. If I didn't ask about it, I don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, Bill Fenner says 3 fucking 9-year-olds died. Fuck that guy. And, that's another thing. Guys like Sam Harris, they will ask religious people to talk about their religion. And those people will go like, I don't really feel comfortable. I don't want, no, come on. And they'll just get them to talk about their religion so they can shit all over it. If that isn't a boilerplate sign of massive insecurity.
It's horrible.
I don't know what is.
It's absolutely horrible.
The Happy Plague Doctor says evangelical atheism is more annoying than vegans. They're more annoying than religious people, honestly.
It has always puzzled me about like atheists and stuff, because we've even played videos on like really creepy like atheist groups that'll go to like churches and shit and do some really weird things.
Yeah.
It's like your point stands. You cannot be an atheist and be angry at the religion, I feel, because something has to exist for you to be mad at, right?
When it comes to religious people, same thing. It's like, all right, go do your religious thing. Fine.
Yes.
Leave me out of it. It's fine. Same thing with atheists. Hey, can I talk to you about how religion is bullshit? It's like, no, I'm happy. I have shit to do. I don't need to burden myself.
When I want to go to church, I don't try to like force along people to like come with me. If they ask, that's different.
I still stand, though, that I want to go to a Southern Baptist church really fucking bad.
Oh, it's great.
I want to go to...
I tried this in Alabama. It's pretty fun.
I want to go to the church that Forrest Gump went to in Bayou La Battery, Alabama.
Okay.
I want to go to, the... Let's all...
I did that.
At a black Southern Baptist church, but I don't want to clap because I'll be white and I'll fuck it up.
I did something very similar in Hartford, and it is everything you think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Grady Judd had some thoughts on mass shootings. I like Grady Judd. What, Polk County Sheriff? Grady Judd?
I think he's Pope County.
Red Fox Mad sent this to us. Red Fox Mad usually sends us some good stuff. Let's check it out.
As mentioned, the 28-year-old shooter got in through a side door, had a map of the school, and was a former student. She knew the layout, and now the shooting is renewing calls to make sure all schools are secure, not just...
Real quick. That's an important point. Went to this school. They poisoned these fucking trans people with this idea that you're normal now. It's all the shit they were pumping into you before that was bad and was terrible. They never question whether or not the puberty blockers, the hormones, the fucking with your genitals, the fucking with your natural body chemistry. They never wonder if that's the brainwashing.
Even
they go right to the old school is the brainwashing. This is the brainwashing. But because they're also being brainwashed while they're doing it, it makes them, someone like this person, more susceptible to do shit like this.
At its most simplest point, when you are struggling with your identity and you're not sure who you are, that is really tough for people to come to grips with.
Some people...
That is as basic as that gets.
Some people in this trans community that claim to be helping people, it's not a victimless act. They turn people on their parents.
Yeah.
They turn people on their family. They turn people on friends. It can be a really nasty business, and it's not always for the person they're helping. Sometimes it's for them.
Yep.
It's like Scientology or anything else. Like, it's just as much about the recruiter as it is the person they're recruiting.
They need to feel like they're doing something.
Everyone who tries to bring a college basketball player to a college, yeah, he thinks the kid would be a great fit for the team because he wants his team to do really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm dressed like a gopher recruiter. Well, you know. Anyway, shut the fuck up, Aaron. Grady Judd's talking.
Public schools. Fox 13's Janae Lewis is in our newsroom tonight after speaking with Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. Janae, what do you have to say?
Allie, according to a tracker by Education Week, there have been 13 school shootings this year, resulting in injuries or death. The sheriff says what happened today in Nashville is yet another tragic reminder on the importance of school safety everywhere in all classrooms.
It just crushes us all to see this, but we've all got to stand together and we've got to stand strong.
Against another act of violence, this time inside a private Christian school in Nashville. Police say a former student shot and killed 3 children and 3 staff members.
People don't just rise up one day and go into a business or into a school or a synagogue or a temple or a church and start shooting.
We spoke with the retired FBI agent who says as this investigation moves forward, that will be a key focus for investigators.
Typically, when law enforcement has time to put this investigation together, these types of investigations, they find there were clues in the past
Yeah.
something like
Yep,
this.
every time.
Every time, yeah. Forget like sometimes or most of the time.
Doesn't skip a beat.
The term previously known to law enforcement or had friends that knew like they're damaged, they're a little. I mean, I hate to do this with every school shooter, but you can. You look at this one, you look at that picture of them when they're at a science fair or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
You look at them and you go, problem, red
I
flag.
can see it.
You know, you look at the movie theater shooter and you go, holy shit, yes. Adam Lanza in Sandy Hook. You look at him and you go, holy, why was this kid not in a padded room his entire fucking life? This goofy, crane-necked, bug-eyed bastard. Like
Nick Cruz.
Why Nick Cruz? I only think of Froggy Fresh when I think of Nick Cruz.
I do that too. I don't want to make too light of it.
Only
But
thing about school, I can't even sing the line today.
Sure.
It's why Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says to never let your guard down. He serves on the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High Public Safety Commission created after the Parkland school shooting. The goal, identify issues presented by the shooting and provide recommendations for improvements.
You know, we made it mandatory that state schools, state-funded schools, must have either guardians or a law enforcement officer. But it's not true for private schools.
He
Right.
says this.
Yep.
And, you know, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas was one of the most, maybe more than the Texas one, the most cowardly fucking police handling of a
It was-
shooting ever. At least those Texas cops, as dog shit as they were,
Yeah.
they were in the school. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas had an active shooter, and that fucking cop stayed outside until everyone else could get there. Did not risk his life, and that guy had like 2 weeks till retirement.
It was devastating to watch.
That piece of shit should be denied his pension and should maybe have been in jail for about a year after that. And I hope he's not sleeping at night, but he probably sleeps just fine.
I really don't want people to forget. Like, I want people to sit here and think about how fucking scared these kids were.
Right.
And everyone involved and their families.
But you
I
had
don't
a-
want you to forget that.
But your pension was on the line. Like, those kids didn't take an oath to protect people. You did, and you
And-
fucked that up.
And I was listening to the police commissioner from this city or whatever on the news tonight, just talking about, you know, like the kids that watched this and had to live with it, they're going to live with that the rest of their life now. And they're potentially going to have mental
Right.
problems now down the road from this.
This is an example of why they're necessary at all schools, no matter size.
Please, please, please have armed, well-trained people on all the campuses. If you're large enough to have a school, you're large enough to have security.
Yes.
Because
It was in Nashville, Tennessee today. Do something before it's too late.
Sheriff Judge says
Right, like all these ideas of like, we're going to, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll ban assault rifles. Do you know how many Armalite rifles or sporting rifles or any kind of when they say assault rifle, they mean semi-automatic rifle.
Of course.
Do you know how many semi-automatic rifles there are out there? You can ban selling them today. There are more than enough for any crazy to get their hands on one from now until the end of time.
It'll never help. I want to ask, like, how many times has a ban on any type of firearm, I guess, how many times has it prevented something?
Right.
How many?
Yeah.
If you want to do it that bad, you'll get your hands on one.
Rupert with $9.99 says, what else do you do when you're confused, lonely, angry, and you've been told that people who love you actually are brainwashing you? Right.
That's
It's-
the thing about kids.
It's not when
Yep.
they try to, you know, they're doing it in schools now where they tell these kids, we won't tell your parents if you think you're non-binary, you know, we'll welcome you. Like, it does feel a little culty. And it's, like I said, it's not victimless. You're telling people that people who actually give a fuck about you and care about you are hurting you. And you're being told this by people that are actively hurting you.
yes.
That should be illegal, that kind of mind fuck. That's
Kids
gross.
Are extremely impressionable, and not just like the trans ideals or anything. Like, there's a whole slew of things that if you don't get them into kids' minds when they're young now, they'll grow up to be people who can see above that bullshit like us, and it's too late that it's not in there anymore.
I'll tell you this, whether you're a parent or a teacher, anytime you tell a kid, oh, and by the way, don't tell anybody about this, you're fucked up. You're doing something wrong. If you're telling a kid, by the way, don't tell your teacher about this, or by the way, don't tell your parents about this, I immediately worry about you first,
Yes.
more than the other person.
You are being nefarious.
So I think we got it. I think we're done with all the school stuff, thank goodness. Sorry, guys, just a lot on my mind tonight. I'm sure a lot on your minds tonight. But we got a lot of other shit to get to, including for overtime tonight. Apparently, and this is being broken by our buddy Unique, who, by the way, I don't think he's live streaming anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Did he get enough shit for passing out on live streams that he just stopped it, or what?
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he's not live streaming anymore, and I don't like that because
That's a bummer.
I always found Kyle entertaining.
I liked him.
By the way, Mike Erb says like number 89. Cool. Let's get to 100 in the next 5 minutes, and then that way we'll be on our way to 200 by the end of the show. That's really cool, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Citizen M says, we know armed security guards don't do jack shit. Countless school shootings have had armed security guards fail, even the first with Columbine. Well, yeah, and certainly the cops being there didn't necessarily
Nothing's perfect.
help. But I'd rather have someone with a gun
I
who's
would
there
too.
to be able to stop it than nobody there to stop it. You know?
That's the difference between having a chance and no chance, in my opinion. I'll take the chance.
Thank you, guys, getting past 100 there.
Thank you.
In the like department. Appreciate that. So, Unique broke some news today that apparently, and I want to go on record because I don't want to do some lame, really shitty, scandalous tease. I don't believe these allegations.
Okay, I know what this is then, too.
There are allegations that Brendan Schaub has been up to some sexual riffraff.
I don't believe it either.
Not the stuff about the baddies.
I know what you mean.
But like Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia.
S.A. allegations.
Allegations. Yeah. I don't believe it. I don't think it's actually happening, but there's a little bit of evidence out there. We'll take a look at it. Pro Guns with $5 says, gotta love these calls for gun control when you can go to Home Depot and buy everything you need to make your own machine gun. Not kidding. I didn't know that. Keep that away from people like me.
There's ways around shit. People have 3D printers now, too, and you can print all sorts of shit with them.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. Yes, nothing is perfect, but we got to have some real conversations.
Well, that means 170 away from tonight's goal. Thank you
you
again very much, everybody who's chipped in and will be chipping in tonight. There's the Streamlabs and PayPal links in the chat. Guys, I got to show you something, and I think it's going to shake my faith in what I'm growing here because as I look at it at the camera now, it's getting more full. It's getting thicker.
Yeah.
I'm liking it a little bit more. I may continue to hang on to it. I got to clear up this stuff because to make this pop and stand out, I got to make sure all this stays clean.
I think you have to keep the outer regions clean.
April doesn't know that I'm going to make her do all that stuff, trim it up.
Oh, really?
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Make sure it's nice and neat. I don't want to fuck it up.
Well, then it's my fault if they don't like it.
But I saw this from the Daily Wire, and I'm not going to play the clip because I don't give a fuck. It's Ben Shapiro talking to Megyn Kelly, which honestly, I'd rather listen to my grandparents, and they're dead. But
that sounds nice then.
But I saw this from Ben Shapiro.
And?
I don't want to have Ben Shapiro facial hair.
I will have a hot take. I don't think he looks bad with it.
I think he looks like an adult.
Yes, he does.
Instead of like a 10-year-old boy.
It ages him a little bit.
It does age him a little bit.
More
but
distinguished.
And it's also weird. Don't take this the wrong way. It's weird to see a Jew with scruff.
Are they usually like clean shaven?
Well, they either have like the payas or the beard. You never see a scruffy Jew. It sounds.
I like this look. I don't know.
It's like, and I don't mean like a scruffy Jew, like a guy who was born to Jewish parents. I mean a yarmulke-toting Jew being scruffy. Like this is a guy. He wears a yarmulke all the time.
He's got his hair gelled nice.
I feel a little racist every time I see Ben Shapiro because sometimes I go, oh, he's wearing the yarmulke. But I go, his hair's also so dark. Maybe his hair's just matted back there. And he's not wearing the yarmulke today.
God.
I just assumed the yarmulke's there.
Got a little turtle shell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just weird. Like, if I see a yarmulke, I'm thinking payas. Is that what that shit is? Tendrils? Tendrils, payas, whatever it is.
I don't know.
I'm used to seeing that or a big, bushy rabbi beard. I'm not usually used to... I'm used to seeing Tevion from Fiddler on the Roof. I'm not used to seeing, like, Casey Jones, chasing down Raphael in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. I kind of actually really like how he looks here. I don't know what that says about me, but
all right. Well, then maybe
I like a scruff. I like a beard. I always have.
Maybe the beard stays for another day because Ben Shapiro has one. I don't know if it. I should. You know what?
Hey,
you
you started that trend.
You know what? That's what it is. Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro watches Steel Toe. He's a Steel Toe bro.
Somebody sent him your mug.
Yeah.
And he liked it.
He's a Steel Toe bro, and now he's now he wants to grow my facial hair. I get it.
I actually think that Shapiro, like, he's too small in my opinion. Like, for me personally, I think he's too short. He's short, right?
He's a very tiny fella.
But I do believe that as a person, he's a good-looking human.
Don Lemons A's says this guy will do your accounting and steal your girl.
Yes,
Ben
absolutely.
Shapiro, fuck.
Well, the way he's talked, it doesn't sound like he fucks.
Zen Rhino says April will be flicking their bean to that photo of Ben Shapiro later tonight while Aaron is sleep-jacking it.
That would be so weird.
We're
actually both jacking it to Ben Shapiro.
Somebody in the chat wrote earlier today, and I never got to it, and I'm sorry. If you're still here, claim your prize, you culprit. They said that they were starting a sleep jacking awareness group, and they wanted me to be the spokesperson. So thank you for making that my identity now.
There's part of me that, like, if I would have had more reaction time when it happened, I wished I could have gotten, like, a short video to show you how terrifying it was. And, like, your eyes only, but I
don't need to see
it.
it.
I can't, like, stand against sleep jacking enough.
I don't need to see it.
It was scary.
That's okay. I can imagine it.
Indian style.
Did I at least have a solid rod going?
Yeah, and you were being mean to it.
Nice.
You're fucking slapping that shit.
Rock hard in my sleep.
You're sitting there all like crisscross and just.
Excuse me, crisscross applesauce.
You were making applesauce. You were churning butter.
Bill Fenner says all the Shapiro family mass went into Ben's sister's boobs. Abigail Shapiro seems like a nice lady. But she's got a set of fucking tits.
I don't think she's attractive. And I'll go on this show daily. You guys show me hot chicks, and I sit here, I'm like, wow, she's hot. I don't think Abigail Shapiro's hot.
Abigail Shapiro, April says, no.
Ew, what are those about?
I don't know what those are. That's Abigail Shapiro.
She's not normal looking to me.
She's got Joan Harris tits.
Yes. And the shoulders, I don't like her shoulders. She's just not my type.
All right, who's hotter, her or Ben Shapiro's wife? Well, not Ben Shapiro.
Ooh.
There's Ben Shapiro's wife.
Can I get a full body shot?
I don't know.
I guess the answer is no.
I guess you can't.
I guess just going off what I'm seeing, I guess Abigail.
All right, how about Crowder's wife?
Oh.
You got to give Crowder this.
Crowder.
Yeah, you got to give Crowder that.
Crowder nailed it.
Crowder did okie dokie.
Yeah, Crowder nailed it for sure.
I mean, if you're
I'm definitely more into blondes anyways.
If you're going to get a beard.
That's the one.
Get a good beard.
Always go for the blondes.
Get a good beard. Get a good blonde beard. April and I finished The Magnificent Seven today, the remake of The Magnificent Seven. Solid flick.
Yes, I dozed off mid-flick, but I saw most of it. Very good. I'd watch it again.
Not the best movie I've ever seen, but like, you know where I put Magnificent Seven? I would turn that one on to fall asleep anytime.
Now that sounds like an insult.
No, it means like I'll like it is.
It's a comfortable, like normal movie.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll enjoy it. It'll be easy for me to fall asleep to because I'm like, I like this. This is good. And then you just kind of can't keep your eyes open anymore. And you fall asleep.
I like a Western.
I want to see the old one. Because the old one has fucking Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, and Charles Bronson from Death Wish. Has Kersey from Death Wish in the original Magnificent Seven.
Man.
Oh, man.
That does sound solid.
By the way, that dun 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 dun, is that like the Magnificent Seven's own score? Because that's everywhere in Westerns, or is that just a
I don't know.
regular Western score?
No idea.
Travis Ramsey said, Aaron, I'm new, and this might be repetitive, but boy, do you look like Dwight. Congratulations, you are the 975,000th person to say that.
If you were to Google Aaron Imholt, Dwight Schrute, there is an actual comparison.
Is there really?
Oh, yeah, I've looked it up before.
I'm famous enough. Bill Jenner says, yes, that is the music. Oh, so that is the Magnificent Seven's music. That's wonderful. Yes, the music was for the movie. Because that's in every, like, City Slickers, when they're doing a chase with the cattle getting loose and shit, they have the Magnificent Seven music playing.
I just like Western-y movies like that. I love Django. And to me, that's almost, I know it's Southern, but it's kind of Western-y to me, too. The old feel. I like that.
Yeah, I like it when they can do modern Westerns. They can do them well. Django was a solid Western.
Django is one of my top favorite movies.
What was here? Magnificent Seven original trailer. Yeah, here we go. From 1960.
Seven, seven, seven.
All right, you're gonna have to deal with 1960s shit. Not as diverse as the remake, is it?
Not at all.
You had a Native American, a Latino, a black guy.
Man.
Oh, did we have an Asian guy?
The old stuff just seems so, like, I don't know if campy is the right word,
It's
but
campy.
It's really old looking.
Yeah.
They were only 7, but they fought like 700 to bring the kind of justice that would last. 7, 7, 7. The Magnificent Seven.
It's a little rough.
They made a brave stand. The Magnificent Seven. They fought for the future to wipe away.
See, I don't like that kind of trailer from back. I like the trailers they do now where there's like some of the acting and some of the...
Yeah, to me,
Oh, see, this is the old one. Or the new one, I'm sorry.
like the newer movies can just, like, they can evoke the emotions, they can show the gore, they show the power of everything. It's just
There you go.
clean
Is
and
this
sexy.
Brennan, McQueen, Coburn, Vaughn, Brunson.
Fucking Bronson was a dish back in the day. I think,
That's a nice thick hair.
I think of Charles Bronson. I think of Kersey from Death Wish in 1980, but 1960 Charles Bronson. You know what? I'm seeing some Pierce Brosnan.
You're a Pierce Brosnan guy.
I am
aren't
a
you?
Pierce Brosnan guy. Sleep Jacket to Pierce Brosnan.
Buckholz, Dexter, The Magnificent Seven.
We wish you to help us. There's this man, Calvera.
I love that. The bad guys are Mexicans. The good guys are all white guys. Like, we'll kill your Mexicans for you.
Yeah.
Fucking Yul Brynner getting after it.
A murder. He and his men, they steal our food. And then they leave us to starve. And he will do so until he is stopped.
Even 5 wouldn't give us too much trouble.
There won't be any trouble if you ride on.
Ride on. I'm going into the hills for the winter. Where am I going to get the food for my men?
I'll grow it.
Or maybe even work for it.
7. Somehow I don't think you've solved my problem.
We deal in lead, friend. Solving your problems isn't our line.
Oh, shit.
Shit got
Steve
real.
McQueen and Yul Brynner gonna fuck you up.
Yul Brynner.
Anything wrong?
Turn that rig around and get it down the hill.
You know what, though? This was definitely more gritty than campy for back then. This was grittier.
It was more gritty.
Yeah.
But none of the, like, gun action and shit seems legitimate compared to, like, the new stuff.
You can only do so much, you know? You can only do so much. Good Riddance Corey says, $199. April said buy entries. How much are the entries? There are no entries. Aaron
corrected me quickly.
People who buy merch, we pick one of them, we throw a little something in with their merch. That's all.
You got it.
It's not a lottery. It's not a thing like that. They buy the merch. We pick one of them. We throw a little something extra. A little thank you. A little customer appreciation.
Merch with benefits.
If you will.
That's all it is.
Merch with benefits, my friend. Stop taking your life so seriously. Jesus Christ, you'll never make it out alive.
I know.
All right, 170. Away from knocking it out tonight. Zen Rhino says, Aaron, look up Die Hard 2. I do have that trailer ready to go if we need to tonight.
What newer Western-y movie should we go to bed to tonight? Can be something we haven't seen yet. The Hateful Eight was It was
Hateful
fine.
Eight was
we've seen it.
okay, but
Magnificent Seven was good. I'd watch something like that. Django is always good.
yeah.
I don't know what else we haven't
Tombstone's
seen.
always a good one.
Oh, I have an idea. I have never seen this movie. I've heard mixed reviews on it. How is 3:10 to Yuma?
Boring as
Really?
shit.
God
Yep.
damn it! Because isn't Travolta in that?
No, it's Christian
Which one is he
Bale.
in?
It's Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. 3:10
That
to
doesn't
Yuma.
sound like it should be boring.
Am I an asshole? I watched the first hour of that movie and I was like, fuck, this is boring.
The Three Amigos, Rincewind. I've seen that many times. It's very
Am I wrong? I want to see what the audience said, because a lot of people are saying 3:10 to Yuma. Start Deadwood. That's a good one.
People are telling me to watch Yellowstone.
True Grit with Jeff Bridges is one of my favorites. I love that
We've
one.
seen that, yeah.
They're saying, Aaron, it's not boring. All right, maybe 3:10 to Yuma is
I don't
okay.
know.
Maybe it's okay.
What is there a Western with Travolta in it? What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Come on.
Rupert says The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That's a really good one. But I don't know.
I feel like once I'd seen that once, I didn't care anymore.
Yeah. I wanted to play this. I've been like in a loop with these. I've often wondered, like, what happened to Chris Hansen doing the Predator stuff?
Sure.
Right? Like he used to do the To Catch a Predator stuff and all that. And then all of a sudden, like Chris Hansen tried to get it going independently and it didn't work. And then, he tried to do some stuff on YouTube and it didn't work out. And then I realized, just like everything else with YouTube and the internet and streaming and all that stuff, Chris Hansen had the networks as like the gatekeepers, so only he could do the Predator stuff.
Okay.
But now all these groups that he used to work with, they just started their own thing and started doing it on YouTube, and they catch these predators on their own. And they get to do like a little added shit that Chris Hansen never did. And like, there's this guy, and this is the only one I've seen. I'm sure there's more guys who do this, but this Colorado Ped Patrol does this thing where they bust these guys, and if they're married or they have a girlfriend, they make them call the significant other and tell them what they just got caught doing.
Ouch.
And it's fucking brutal.
That is devastating. How do you get away with posting this stuff on YouTube, though? Because don't people like Venti get banned for posting shit like this?
I don't know. I don't know what Venti's whole thing was.
works.
I always, like, when it comes to Brittany Venti, here's my thing on Brittany Venti. I think she knows that she plays it really close up to the line. And you got to know that with YouTube, if you're going to play it close to the line, if Icarus is going to fly too close to the sun, once in a while, you're going to get your wings singed.
Mm-hmm.
That should just
I
come with
agree
the
with
territory.
that.
I don't like it when people want to fly close to the sun and then yell at the sun when their wings get singed.
That always seemed like a Crowder move to me.
Yeah, that's kind of what Crowder does.
Crowder.
Crowder does shit to get fucked over on YouTube and then complains when YouTube fucks him over. I don't know. I feel like if you're a guest in someone else's home, you do your best to play by their rules.
Mm-hmm.
And while we certainly push the envelope on this show, I don't think we've had a single thing fully monetized in like 2 or 3 weeks on YouTube. It's just,
Really?
that's why you have to go to, people make fun of the going to the audience and crowdfunding your show. It's the only dependable thing.
Right.
I mean, we'll have a month where like most of our shit's fully monetized. And then we'll have another month where like 5 things got monetized.
You know what? You're right, because I'll catch Aaron sometimes. He'll come to me and be like, dude, I've got great news. Our show today, fully monetized, even with this topic in it.
And that should tell you how
that's
often.
so weird.
That should tell you how often it isn't. Because when it is, I go, holy shit.
It's like a holiday.
4.5 hour show, fully monetized.
Right.
So you can't really
thing
depend
like
on that. So this guy in Colorado gets caught at, I believe, a Walmart.
Ew.
And him having to call his wife and tell her, you feel good that this piece of shit has to own up to it, but you feel so fucking bad for this lady and what she's been married to, in this case, for 35 years. You wasted your whole life.
How gross do you feel?
Yeah, you're going to
You're
die.
right. There is no starting over after that.
Yeah, you're 60. You're going to die.
That's fucked
And this
up.
is how you spent this one life you got. That
You didn't
sucks.
know. I guess you didn't know.
Yeah.
This is not cool, man.
It's not cool.
And you just expect
Understatement of the century.
Which dude is which here before we start?
The guy who looks like Royce is Royce Lopez is the guy catching the elder.
Okay.
right
Oh,
here. So I love that. This is not cool. Yeah, I'd use stronger language to describe a guy who wants to meet a 10-year-old for sex, but not cool. That's a start. Okay.
Expect us to walk away, you walk away, which is fine. Like I said, we're not law enforcement. We do this on our own. It's just we do this. We call the police sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes we don't. Yeah. You know, this is one of the harder counties. You know, you probably would get charged. I'm not 100% positive, but you probably would. You'd be a registered sex offender for the rest of your life.
Okay. Because good news is you don't have much of a life left to live, especially when your neighbors found out what you tried to do.
This all seems too casual for me. Because, like you just said, I think I'd be a little more spicy with my language here.
Well, you can't spook him.
I know it's YouTube.
You can't spook him, though. He'll run off. You want to keep him there. You know? You want to make him feel like he has a chance of talking his way out of this.
I feel like if you're this dude who catches these people, you should be calling everyone in and reporting them.
Right, but then he'll run away before they get there.
Yeah, you should be having somebody on your team do that.
Well, he probably is.
We'll see. I don't know.
Because what you did, and you're not even willing to give your wife a call to let you know. I mean, you got to take some kind. What's going to happen? Is she going to divorce you?
I hope so. If she doesn't, what the fuck is wrong with the chick you got?
Or is she going to give you a third chance?
No, this would only been my first.
Well, you said she caught you once before with an adult.
With an adult.
I know, but you cheated on her. So you're cheating on your wife that you're happy with. I mean, I'm not a fan of cheaters, and I can't stand pedophiles. So I'm sorry.
This guy really takes hard stances. He doesn't like cheaters, and he can't stand pedophiles. And pedophilia is not cool.
He's so nice about it.
I know, this is the nicest anti-pedophile guy I've ever seen.
He's ultra nice, and then this old guy is just kind of, well, this is my first time.
Look, I'm trying to butt fuck somebody. I mean, what's the big deal?
I mean...
being a little rough.
No, don't apologize.
But your wife doesn't deserve this, but you don't want to call her. So you just want to let this go. Now your wife doesn't know. You cheated on her for the second time. Now it's going to be with a boy and a little boy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
And again, like I said, you don't have to call her. It goes a long ways with me. Like, I don't think I could walk away and feel good in my head knowing that you're out there and nobody knows about it.
Right.
I mean, I will put this video, I will blast it in every news station. Yeah, of course. So what do we do then?
I can call her.
Look at how nonchalant he is about the fact that he was gonna fuck a kid.
That's what's bothering me here. It's super nonchalant. That tells me it happens a lot.
Dude, he's talking like he got a speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I fucked up. Rats. What do you do?
Shoot. I wasn't looking at the speedometer.
Yeah. I mean, I understand you're disappointed in me, but I mean, we need to think about who the real victim is here. I'm not going to get laid, and I just bought a shitload of wine coolers and condoms. So, I mean, try to have a little bit of sympathy for me.
If you call her, it'd be good. If she answers, I would try. Let her know what you're out here doing, man. It's just, accountability goes a long ways.
It does.
I don't like how agreeable he's being, too.
38 years.
I know.
38 years. I'd appreciate it.
Act like you weren't a piece of shit.
Hello? Hi, honey? Hold on. You're going to be mad.
How does this go?
You try to turn away the other way and say it quietly so that guy thinks you said it, but you didn't. You're going to... I try to phone him. And he's like, what's that, honey? Oh, sorry, I must be getting bad reception. Say it again, fuckface. I try to fuck a kid. What? Honey, I can't understand you. He tried to fuck a kid, ma'am. Thank you. Is he even shaking?
No, he's too calm.
Dude, his hand is pretty steady. This isn't the first time he's been... maybe not caught. This isn't the first time I don't think this guy's done
No, because it's just like another Tuesday night for him standing out in back of a Walmart.
You're standing outside.
What the hell?
This is where they bring in the carts and shit.
This is so weird to me.
Hi, you've reached Deb Market.
She's not there.
Oh, darn.
Can you message her to call you back? It's kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to.
Does she work overnights?
No.
She just sleeps early? 6
Well,
o'clock?
we get up, we're online at 5 o'clock in the morning. We get off at 1:30 and then eat dinner and then usually to bed right after that.
I mean, you're in a different state.
Okay, here she is.
She's calling him back. He thought he was so in the clear when she didn't answer. He's like, oh, God, thank Christ.
I don't know if he seems worried.
She's calling back. He's like, terrible timing, dear.
But
if you put on speaker.
Okay. Hi, it's me.
Yeah, tried to answer it, but I must have just missed it.
Okay, no problem.
Sounds like she's sleeping.
Yeah.
Can old people not hold the phone right next to their mouth when they're on speaker? Guys, if you have the phone on speaker, watch what you can do. You can just set it right there, and now you can talk. That's what a speakerphone is.
He is standing, in fairness. He doesn't have anywhere to set it.
I know, but they always hold it like right up. Hello, how are you? And then this is what you hear on the other end. Hello, how are you doing? Can I talk to you about the kid I was trying to fuck? That's what it sounds like to her.
Yeah. What you doing?
You're not. No.
Okay, in his defense, how do you start that phone call?
I don't fucking start it. You know what? I'm sitting there ashamed of what I've just done. I'm probably gonna have to make that guy call me in because I can't call my wife and tell her that.
Like, he's just kicking the rocks. He's like, so.
You know what?
What are you up to?
I would literally rather have somebody else tell my wife than me. I can't say it if I was that person. It's shameful.
Got any laundry to do or anything or what?
You know what?
So
you hand the phone to that guy and you have him tell her.
Right? Can you tell her? No.
No, you need to tell her.
But he does
for
the
me, 'cause,
Samuel.
like, I can't.
He does the Samuel L. Jackson. He goes, no, fuck no. It's not the same. You got to do it.
But
Had dinner, Sammy's already gone to the bathroom. I cleaned out the cat box. I took a shower.
You're gonna puke up that dinner.
Wouldn't it be great if the wife goes, she doesn't know he's on the phone, like she's on speakerphone with a bunch of other people, and she's like, well, you know, the cat wife cleaned out the cat box, took a big runny shit after dinner, wiped my ass, but we ran out of toilet paper, so I kind of just had to wash it out in the bathtub. Real menacing shits today. I don't know what it is.
I had to put some A&D on my hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I have some bad hemorrhoids. My cunt stinks. I'm just having a really weird day. What are you up to? I tried to fuck a kid. What? Stages went from bad to worse. I'm leaking ooze out of both cracks, and now you're trying to fuck children?
She's puking.
This family is falling apart.
She's puking up dinner now. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, man, I got weird oozes coming out of all my orifices.
Oh. Thank you for that visual.
Guess what he did?
Yeah.
He don't
Well,
giggle.
I've got something to tell you.
I know. Did he just giggle?
He did. He scoffed. Because
Yeah.
when he said, go, guess what he just did? He's like,
Guess
yeah.
what he did? You're not going to believe this, honey. So you know how when I come home sometimes you comment that my dick smells funny? Well, weird story.
Do you want to predict how he's going to say this? Or what she's going to say? Is she going to say something to the effect of like, am I being punked? This
guy's going to be
right?
sociopathically matter of fact.
Guess what he did?
Yeah. Well, I've got something to tell you.
What?
I'm here in Denver, and I was going to meet up with what I thought was 18 or 19-year-old boy.
Tell the truth.
He was,
I love that Royce is there with him, just going, fuck face, come on.
My skin is crawling. Are you okay watching this? I'm so uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm okay watching it. I'm not okay with him.
I'm sweaty.
was 18 or 19-year-old boy.
Tell the truth.
He's 14.
All right, 3. What? Now you don't know where I'm coming from. I was trying to hook up with an 18-year-old man. Tell the truth. All right, it was a newborn. Wait, what? No, I'm just fucking with you. It was 14.
That's somehow worse because then an adult has to bring you the infant.
That's true. Yeah, it's not like the infant can just get there. No. That's way worse.
Aww.
That's like some weird Spartan shit.
That's really fucked
Sacrificing unto the gods.
Let's not do that. I disavow all this.
Let's not do
behavior.
any of this.
This is all bad.
Let's call the whole thing off.
What?
And
got caught.
And I got caught.
Not with my dick in the kid. Like, they caught me before I could do anything.
God, the visuals.
So,
no.
Technically, honey, if you think about it, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, he tries to spin it that way. He's like, I never fingered a kid's asshole, so technically I'm in the clear here.
Oh, God.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Royce Lopez from Revenge of the Sis. I'd just like to talk to you about what your husband did. Real piece of shit, is he not?
Hello?
Hey, Deb.
Dave?
Okay, hold on.
Hey, Deb, this is Tommy with Colorado Pet Patrol. I'm here in Broomfield, Colorado with your husband. He attempted to pick up a 14-year-old who he knew was 14 to bring back to his hotel for sex. And we are here with him now. Yeah, and I apologize to tell you, he didn't want to call you, but we wanted you to know. He clearly knew it was a 14-year-old. This is our 267th catch. And he's here at the Walmart to pick up the 14-year-old boy.
Oh.
He's just sitting there with
He
his
does
phone.
not feel very ashamed of himself.
No, I don't know if he has no soul left, if it just doesn't matter anymore, but he's just standing there, oh yeah, tell my wife all about it. I'm just going to stand here, hold my phone.
Hold on, honey. Can you tell her everything? Because I'm uncomfortable. She's being hysterical. And
she's crying.
She's crying, and I'm weirded out. I can tell you this. My boner's been gone for quite some time.
Sorry.
What? This can't be real.
I'm sorry, Deb.
Hey, honey, relax, honey. My bad.
Hold on. If you're her, like, okay, I'm going to say if I was this guy's wife and I'm getting this information, this is over, obviously, but I'm not going to look at him ever again. When he's being moved out, I'm not home.
Yeah.
Somebody else is coming to take his shit. Somebody else, I'm not seeing him in court.
Probably
I'm not looking at this guy.
More than likely, a middle school basketball team will be showing up to move his shit out of the house.
Oh.
They look young, honey. That's all I'm saying. They're junior varsity. Relax.
Stop it.
I'm so sorry, Deb. We can...
Deb, could you fucking chill out for a second? You're overplaying it a little bit.
Look, I didn't actually do it.
Yeah, look.
I just thought about it. I tried.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, but you took the chance to do this. You ruined everything, and you hurt them.
I'm totally to blame for this.
Because you're...
You are all too calm. I don't like this shit.
Well, wait a minute.
This is not okay with me.
Hold on. He was very noble about it. He said this is all his fault. But he said it to that guy as if the Royce lookalike was taking any of the blame for this.
If I'm the man who got caught, I'm so ashamed. I'm probably throwing up. I'm crying because I feel disgusted about myself.
No,
I'm ashamed.
If anything,
he's not ashamed.
If anything, I think this guy is mad at him for cock blocking him.
Well, yeah. He acts like this is normal.
Yeah.
Well, no,
If you weren't caught, you were going to be having sex with a child, man, a 14-year-old kid.
He's like, don't remind me. My whole night's ruined. Oh. Damn it.
I hate the what ifs in life.
Never tell me the odds.
What could have been.
It's hard to think about what might have been.
This breaks my fucking heart.
I know.
He goes, the fucking sociopathic husband goes, okay, sir, now I need you to calm down. All right? Because you're getting a little lippy, too. I can't handle two broads fucking yapping and crying in my ear hole.
I want to know what he's going to try to tell this woman to make her feel better. And what can you do? What do you have the audacity to say?
You still got a pretty snug snatch for a 60-year-old. You could probably find someone who's about 48, 49.
If this guy's into boys, you've got to feel like your entire marriage was a lie, right? The whole thing was a lie.
A little bit. And you know what the worst part is? You're right. You're right. Your suspicion is correct.
What do you ever do with yourself now? How old do you think this person is?
60. At least 60
I don't know
years
what
old.
you do at 60 except try to take as much of this piece of shit's money as you can and go on a bunch of nice vacations.
That's about it.
I don't know.
Okay. I can text her my information. I can get her in touch with somebody to talk to if she needs it. Obviously, I know she's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
I know.
No, stop it. This is a joke. And this is wrong.
I'm not even saying it's a joke. This is not a joke.
Ma'am, we would never call you on something like this as a joke.
Yeah, like what a piece of shit you would have to be joking about that.
But that's what I said before this. She's going to think she's being punked or something. Like this is a total joke. And you want to believe it's a joke. That probably would help.
The rest of the phone call is pretty much that the whole time.
So it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's just a piece of shit. But I got sent that by somebody.
Well, good for that guy who runs that channel.
And yeah, that's like where all of the Chris Hansen shit went.
God.
Like all of the Chris Hansen shit like went away from him and it just kind of broke off into these little sub subcultures, these subcontinents, if you will.
Can you imagine how nauseating, like, just how nauseating that would be as an existence of that guy who runs that channel?
Yeah, that's got to wear on you for sure. That's got to wear on you over time. You probably can't. That's like being like they say if you're a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had a girlfriend in high school, and her parents were divorced, but her dad was like a child porn detective. And he goes, I'm only doing this job. Like, I'm getting reassigned, and like, they have to reassign you like every 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, how do you land that job?
Because you can't, well, it's good money. Being a detective
I hope
on that shit. But he's like, yeah, they got to reassign you every 3 years or so because you'll fuck yourself up.
I feel like doing those kind of jobs or being like a defense attorney for really nasty people would be really fucked up.
Although that one pays so well. I mean, no offense, but you kind of pay for your own soul on that one.
Yeah, right. You're going to go home and think about those things.
And plus, are you really doing anything wrong if you're a defense attorney? Because think about it. Constitutionally, everybody deserves a defense.
I understand that point, and I don't disagree with it. I'm saying living with yourself, you know that you're sitting there defending somebody who did heinous things. And you've got to, you're sitting this close to him every day.
Right.
That to me is gross.
I think a movie that, like, and this is one we can watch before bed. I think the movie that illustrates the duty that defense attorneys feel, and that a lot of them actually believe in, and the money's nice too, is they do believe that everybody deserves a defense. And believe me, you look at the shit the state prosecutor's office pulls, in my honest belief, defense attorneys are less scummy than prosecutors.
This wasn't an argument of like scumminess. It's living with the things you've had to hear and see.
Yeah.
You've had to sit next to a murderer sometimes and like hear the things that they've done. Yeah. And to me, like even, or like a psychiatrist and stuff like that has to talk to those people and help understand them. Oh.
Pro Guns with $10 says this dude also caught a cop and tried to get him to call his family for the same reason. The cop started running, so he started yelling, "This guy is a pedo," and while following him through Walmart. Jesus. 165 away from tonight's goal if you feel like chipping in. There's the Streamlabs, there's the PayPal. Oh, we're 25 minutes away from rattling the cans, playing the music, and seeing if we can knock it out tonight. Thank you guys very much. 30 minutes of overtime is on the line if we knock out that last 165. Thank you to everybody who's chipped into tonight's show. Again, PayPal and Streamlabs, the best way to do it. Rumble rants, super chats, memberships, all of those count as well. So thank you guys very much. Again, this is the last goal until Thursday. So again, thanks a million. Mods, thank you for the job you do. We're all pretty familiar with Mr. Beast, right? The kids love Mr. Beast.
I know that he does nice things for people, and he's the biggest thing on YouTube.
Biggest thing on YouTube, does really, really nice things for people. And here's where the internet's disgusting, and here's where it's full of really weird, disgusting autists who should really be just, like, removed from society. He gets more shit for doing nice things than anyone I've ever seen. Louis, our middle, was watching a video. He was going to bed. He falls asleep to Mr. Beast videos. And Mr. Beast was letting this guy, who's just like a worker bee, go 100 days living in this circle. He had to live in a circle, and they put a house down for him and gave him 100 days worth of food, which was like 300,000 calories or whatever it is.
Sure.
3,000 calories a day. And they, no phones, no lights, no motor cars, not a single luxury.
We've all seen that challenge before.
Right. And he did that challenge, and he gave the guy $500,000 if he did that for 100 days.
That's incredible.
Really fucking cool. Well, Mr. Beast also paid a shitload of money recently to fix a bunch of people's eyeballs. He cured a bunch of poor people from blindness.
People hated that, too.
And they hated it. They're like, what a fucking asshole. What a piece of shit. He's fixing people's eyeballs. What a dickbag. I don't know. I think that's horseshit. The guy seems like a good dude. He seems like he's got a lot of money, and he's using that money to help people and at the same time entertain other people, watching them do challenges and shit. I don't get it. I don't get why the hate for Mr. Beast. I'm sure when I put this up as a clip, everyone will be more than willing to tell me why he's a piece of shit. But
the chat already is.
I gotta wonder if those people maybe don't have some deep-seated problems inside themselves. Like, a lot of shit on the internet is projection. We know that.
I sometimes wish if it's because they wish they could get like his money, for something, they could get his help. I don't know.
And that's my thing. Like, I guess I never developed that gene or that muscle where I see someone doing really well and I have to hate them.
Right.
In fact, if anything, like people whose music I don't like, I go, all right, this isn't for me, but apparently a lot of people love it and they make a shitload of money. All right, fine, whatever.
A lot of times if it's something I like and they're doing better than me, I'm always like, oh, that's something to strive for.
Yeah, like
and, fingers crossed.
Yeah, he healed the blind and people got mad at him for it. I think all of those people who got their eyesight back should be able to line up and beat the shit out of the people who shit on Mr. Beast for doing
Well,
that.
because they can see him now.
Now they can see your ass to kick it. Mr. Beast is facing mixed reactions to his latest viral TikTok in which he claimed to gift a waitress a brand new car.
Okay.
Wrapped with logos promoting his business ventures. Okay, well, two things.
Advertising.
Two things. One, she doesn't give a shit. She's got a new car. This is a trend on the internet that has to die. Stop getting upset or offended on other people's behalf. If they're outraged or they're upset, they will fucking tell you. Then you can ride in on your white horse, you superhero.
Yes.
Until then, shut the fuck up. Number one, she doesn't seem to be too upset about this. And number two, she can always get it rewrapped. She can get something else put on there or get it painted or something else. Like, you don't have to keep the wrap on there.
Well, what if
don't
you
want
do,
to.
though, because that's part of the gig?
Mr. Beast is facing mixed reactions. The most followed YouTuber in the world, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson. Now I see why they go Mr. Beast. That's a really lame-ass name.
Jimmy Donaldson sounds like a farmer.
He posted the 42-second clip on Monday in which he asked a server named Amy about the biggest tip she's ever received. She said, like $50. She replied. Has anyone ever tipped a car? Donaldson asked, handing her the keys to a black Toyota sedan. An emotional Amy can't believe her luck as Donaldson, 24, leads her outside to check out her new ride, which has the logo of his chocolate brand, Feastables, printed on the side. Okay. Inside, a Feastables chocolate bar also sits in the cup holder. The logo for Mr. Beast's YouTube channel, which has 139 million subscribers, we're getting there, is printed on the hood. All right.
That's fine.
I was literally late to work today because the Uber was slow, Amy said. I'm in such shock right now, I don't even know how to drive.
Ooh.
What a waste of a fucking... Amy's been getting to work without a car for months. Thanks to you, we changed that, Donaldson captioned the clip, which has more than 53.2 million views. Now, some fans weren't impressed that Amy's prize doubles as a promotion for Donaldson and his chocolate line.
Oh, gee, what a horrific thing. He wants to give somebody a car, but do something for himself at the same time.
You know what? I'm going to start taking these Mr. Beast things. I'm going to start taking these Mr. Beast things as a who's a piece of shit test.
Yeah, if you're upset about this, now you're the piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. The guy gave a poor person a brand new car who's been struggling with car issues. I don't give a shit if it has, I was going to say if it has Mein Kampf written on it, but
that's a bit
that's a little extreme. But he didn't do that. He promoted his chocolate line, which I don't believe is run by the same guy who wrote Mein Kampf. I think he's been dealt with.
Probably not.
Now, yeah, in January, he healed 1,000 blind people, getting them cataract surgery. Some accused the YouTuber of paying for the surgeries as a stunt to get clicks.
Who the hell cares?
Who gives a shit?
Now, that always does bother me. Oh, they're just doing it for clicks. Who cares that he actually helped people?
Right.
Those people don't care if it was just for clicks. They got their eyesight back. Do
the clicks hurt anybody? Are a lot of people getting arthritis from clicking on the video? And shut the fuck up. You're a piece of shit. So they didn't like that it doubled as an advertisement for his chocolate brand. Sorry, but the Feastables wrapping kind of ruined it, one commenter said. It's the comment section where you can find the true decay of Western civilization.
I bet you there would be some piece of shit in there like complaining about the type of car he got her, saying it's like an unreliable vehicle or something shitty like that.
You couldn't get her a Bugatti. Hey, that's from A-Tate47. I think I know who that is. By the way, he might be getting out of jail tomorrow.
I didn't know he's in jail. He's been tweeting.
They keep... Yeah, I don't know how he's been tweeting, but yeah, he's been in jail. They keep extending his sentence. I think he's getting out tomorrow.
What is going on?
I'm going to be honest. It's nice she got a car, but I am not driving a car around that has Feastables on the side. God, what a dick.
I don't think that's her biggest problem in life. She just needs to get to work.
I'd rather be caught riding around in a trash can than that. God, what miserable cunts. I'd like to see the lives these people live, and I bet you this would all make sense.
Hey, a motorized trash can would be pretty cool.
I would ride around in that as long as it was clean. But I would like to watch the lives these miserable fucks live, and I would go, oh, I see. You're just remarkably unhappy.
They're exactly the way you'd picture it,
yes.
I promise.
Bruh, so many people complaining about the Feastables wrap. If I get a free car wrap, or if I get a free car, wrap it in whatever you want.
Yes.
One person wrote.
A lot of people behave that way. Like any of the there's a lot of like breweries and shit that'll put like wraps or stickers on people's cars too and stuff. And I'm sure they get some type of money for it. I would.
And people
Who cares?
People get fucking mad at this guy because he bought a chick a car. What a bunch of assholes.
Seriously, that makes me go back to like in the finale of Mad Men, Roger Sterling said something to Joan about how the money's like the only thing that matters because she's like, it's causing us to think like, well, it's not about the money, Roger. No, the money's the only thing it's about.
The money, that's all this is about.
She doesn't have money to buy a car. Now she has a car. It's a means to an end.
Yeah,
okay?
Zen Rhino says, supposedly Mr. Beast paid an actual hitman to try to kill him, but I'm not buying it. I think it was fake as fuck. All right, well, then he did that. Again, that doesn't bother me either.
But that doesn't negate that he's actually helped people either. So, I don't know.
Zen Rhino says, I just automatically assume that all these people that are giving money to charity allegedly are making huge bank from corporate sponsors, just like Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres. All right, they get rich. The people who need help get the money. Who's getting hurt?
Yeah,
Who's getting hurt?
I don't know if you people are trying to have like a moral stance on things, but everybody seems happy in that situation.
Fun with You says he's not doing it for free. You're acting like he's running a charity. Come on. I'm not acting like anything. This poor waitress got a free car.
Yeah, that's how you should see that day. She went to work that day late because her Uber didn't pick her up on time. So she didn't have a car. Okay,
Problem
now
solved.
By the end of the day, she now has a car.
Yeah.
Seems like a good transaction to me.
Your boy, Roy Boy, says, dude, a new car is big. She can paint it after.
Yes.
Exactly. Good riddance, Corey is right. Protect your children. Keep them off YouTube. I agree. We had to, we put the middle one. The youngest doesn't even go there. The second oldest goes on YouTube Kids only. Only the kids stuff. And we keep a close eye on that shit. Because even YouTube Kids, they'll sneak weird shit on there.
I've noticed that too. They'll sneak weird shit in there, or like language on occasion too is starting to happen, like the bad words and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I've been hearing that a lot more and having to police it a lot more.
Zen Rhino says it's also not a free car because she's going to have to pay taxes on it. That counts as income. Will she? Won't she just have to pay like tabs and?
Yeah, you'll have to pay for those things.
Yeah, the tabs and stuff, but what taxes?
Who cares? Again, she has a car she doesn't have to make car payments on.
See, Fun With You's not happy with me. He says, what a crappy take. The lady's got a fucking car. I don't care if let me tell you something. I don't care if Mr. Beast makes $5 million off of this video or loses his entire empire. I don't give a shit. That chick's got a car. I don't care if he made $1 million off it.
That guy's not in here to have fun with us.
I don't give a shit.
He's here to be
shitty.
Fun.
His thing is called Fun With You.
Absolutely here to be shitty.
The Tigger next door with $5 says, I get some of Mr. Beast's candy bars called D's Nuts, and they actually taste like garbage. Well, in fairness, they are called D's Nuts.
D's Nuts. I'm
sure
they smell horrific.
I mean, they probably smell like a guy's nutsack. What do you want?
See, Scott Richard Staska has the right take here, in my opinion. He's still doing good, like it or not, corporate or not, for clicks or not. Who fucking cares if it helps somebody, who needs it?
It
and that's
does
true.
not affect me at all. Citizen M says, even Mr. Beast using this video to promote himself is okay, but sticking an ad on the car so you can use a minimum wage worker as your personal billboard, Fuck that cunt. Well, again,
If he gave you a free car, would you feel better?
this is where I have to call out the internet on this one. Let her complain about it first. She doesn't need a fucking white knight.
I mean, she's not listening to anyone else. She's more so looking, oh my God, I have a car.
Right.
You know?
Fun What You says, ignore my other comments. I get your point. Okay.
There you go.
Well, cool.
That's
Thanks,
better.
buddy. Sorry about that. I'm not ignoring your other comments. The chat moves quickly, and I didn't scroll all the way up. So I get, like Black Ornament says, Mr. Beast is trashy as fuck. Here's my take on shit like this. I don't count other people's money. I don't watch other people's money. I don't care. If I got enough for me and my family and everything, that's great. If other people have more, other people have less. Look, as long as people are happy, this woman seems happy, so I ain't going to sit here and bust anybody's balls on something like that. Loaded Wrench says nothing is free. Yeah.
I would just really think anyone sitting complaining about that is just mad they didn't get a free car that day.
Yeah, if you guys just admit you want a free car, I think I can try to see. We'll try to work something out.
That would be reasonable.
Citizen M, here's what we'll do. We will work a gimmick where you're like blind or something, and we'll try to get you a car. I mean, it doesn't make sense, blind guy with a car, but then we'll like cure your blindness.
But then doesn't that make us the shitty people for running a scam in that case?
Yeah, but Citizen M gets a new car.
Oh,
so it's totally
okay.
Fine. Yeah, one hand washes the other. Brother Baines is a 2-bit hustler, but one hand washes the other. Alex Bernals with $5 says, I protect my kids too. I pulled them off YouTube and installed this anime game that teaches them about taxes. Oh, it's the tits that really help you report properly.
The balloon tits.
Guys, we are 150 away from knocking out today's goal and 10 minutes away from firing up the music and seeing if we can knock it out.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. There were a couple more takes on Mr. Beast, and I kind of lost my spot in the chat here.
I didn't know so many people hated him. Like, I don't think about him at all.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never hear about him. I understand that, the middle kid goes to sleep to him sometimes, but
I saw one of his videos, and it was the guy who had to live in the circle for 100 days to get $500,000, and that was it.
You see that meme on Facebook all the time, like, oh, would you live in this cabin in the middle of nowhere with no social media, no phones or anything for like $1 million? And
probably not.
Most people, I don't think most people could make it.
Probably not. Your boy Roy Boy says the advertising pays for the next thing he gives away. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
There you go.
Agree.
That's probably the answer he would give her too, I'm sure.
I agree with that one. All right, guys, 150 away. There's the Streamlabs. There's the PayPal if you feel like chipping in. I think if everybody just throws in a tiny bit, we'll knock out that 150 in the next 10 minutes. If not, we've got the super chat music, as they call it, coming up in 10 minutes as well. Taste Fairy says we haven't had an MSO prediction yet. Oh, you know what? I've seen MSO in here tonight.
That's my sock account, remember?
Yeah.
I haven't been typing.
Creama Green, who, by the way, is becoming a fan very quickly. He even admitted it. Says 150 is a ways away. I don't know. 150 is usually our striking distance, we find. If we start that music with 150, that's kind of the borderline.
We could get there.
Yeah, 150. But hey, no rules against knocking it down beforehand. Certainly, we did it this morning. We did it last night. No rules against doing that. We've got a lot of other stuff coming up here. We got plenty for overtime, that's for sure.
Oh, you are busy.
I have a shitload of stories. Some of them we're not going to get to, regardless of whether we knock that out or not. Thank you very much over on Rumble. We appreciate you being there. Follow our channel.
Thank you.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button here on YouTube. We appreciate that. Yosemite Sambo says, never gonna happen. I'm taking up MSO's slack. There you go.
Well, shoot. I don't want to go to bed early.
Zen Rhino says, I'll be honest, I dipped out of the morning show because I didn't think you were going to make the overtime goal, and I looked later to see that you actually made it, so 150 away is nothing. Exactly. It just...
Never count us out.
We have a remarkably generous audience, and they really step up to support this program, and we always appreciate it. So thank you guys in advance. All right, we got time for this story, then we'll have to fire up the music. Let's see if you guys come up big for us. We do appreciate you keeping us going. Let's do this story out of Donaldsonville. Who gives a shit? It's another water poisoning story.
I asked you this today. I asked, are they trying to kill us?
This one might be more on the individual level.
I'm afraid.
This one might be a lone wolf.
I'm scared.
More so than the other one.
First tonight, an unauthorized leak at an Ascension Parish water plant has led to the termination and the arrest of a plant worker.
I'll give you a hint. They're doing a fun play on words with this one. Would you like to take a guess?
Well, leek, obviously, the vegetable. No, I'm going to guess somebody took a piss.
What?
Entire incident was caught on surveillance video. News 2's Tristan Turner talked to people trying to make sense of it.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, Michael Sylvia, an employee at the Donaldson water plant, decided to take a break and relieve himself by urinating in the water supply.
Oh, no.
It's sterile. You can drink it.
No, it's not.
Sure.
I don't buy anyone saying piss is sterile.
It's sterile, and I like the taste.
Okay, this is how I do the sterile test. Take a piss in a cup, and if you drink it, I'll buy it. Would you drink your own piss?
No.
Okay, there you go.
Drink your bathwater, maybe, but not my own piss.
And as this news breaks, the community is outraged.
They'll get over
This
it.
security video from March 19th shows a plant worker urinating in the Ascension Parish water supply. The sheriff's office...
Why?
In defense of that guy.
What?
In defense of that guy. Mr. Beast told him he'd buy him a house if he did it.
Okay.
I think the guy got a little carried away. That's got to be a boring job. And maybe he's just really dedicated to checking the water levels and making sure the readings are being taken every 15 minutes like he's supposed to. And he didn't want to stop to take a bathroom break because it would throw off his whole schedule.
I think that was very much a premeditated piss.
All right.
Office identified the worker as 57-year-old Michael Maston of Baton Rouge. Officials wouldn't be informed of the incident until days later. Ascension Parish President...
Guess what? You all drank his piss.
Oh, that is fucked.
You all brushed your teeth with his filthy piss water.
Do you remember that story we did of a woman who worked in an office building where some dude kept pissing in her like water cooler or something?
I thought he kept jacking off in her coffee.
Was it cum?
Yeah, I thought he was beating off.
No, there was something with water
Swingers
bottles.
in Minnesota. Oh, yeah, there was a guy pissing
What?
in her water bottle. Oh, yeah, you don't know about that one? We'll find that one for overtime. There was a story, it happened where I grew up, like 6-7 years ago. It was a hardware store called Buy Swingers, and a guy just kept whacking it into the...
Swingers?
Buy Swingers. It's the name of the family. BEISSWINGER.
What an unfortunate name.
Yeah, Buy Swinger.
Swingers.
Well, it wasn't that big of a deal back then. But, yeah, a guy kept jacking off into a chick's coffee cup. And I don't know how you find out. Well, she
You
wanted...
can't do that. Okay.
She wanted cream. She didn't clarify.
But that shit's not creamy. It's gooey.
Well, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
It said the contamination did not pose a threat to the community after many samples were taken and continue to meet safe drinking requirements.
Right. It's not. Well, first of all, I'd like to take a look at what those requirements are. But second of all, only so much piss can come out of a guy's vein. And like that water goes everywhere. I mean, that's got to be pretty
diluted.
That
I will just say though, like
this is one of those things where I don't even want you to tell me it happened because I never would have noticed.
It's kind of like when you're in a pool, like you probably could assume some kid pissed in it, but you don't want to hear about it.
Don't want to know. Nothing I can do about it now.
Yeah,
I'll probably drown
it's
that
just
kid.
The FDA, like the requirements of like shit that can, like amounts of stuff that can go in food and drinks.
Oh, prescription
is kind
drug?
of really scary.
Yeah, the prescription drug content in the water.
You should look up how much
bananas.
rat shit, like rat pellets, can be in food.
Rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray! Lizard shit. Fuck! It's a sports chant that George Carlin made.
Officials wouldn't be informed of the incident until days later. The Ascension Parish president said the
pulls out his dick and
contamination
says
did not
peeing.
pose a threat to the community after many samples were taken and continue to meet safe drinking requirements.
You know how badly you've had it that at 57 years old you go in one day and say, I'm pissing in everyone's water. And he's
Yes.
smiling.
That absolutely premeditated peeing.
He's looking right into the camera and he's laughing his balls off. 1:52 in the morning. He's 57. He's working the graveyard shift at the water treatment plant. He's had it.
Fairness to him, like it is bad for you to hold it.
It's true. I've heard it can become difficult to get an erection or even become aroused.
Aston was arrested on 2 counts of contaminating water supplies and 2 counts of criminal damage to a critical infrastructure.
Then I want all your kids put in jail.
He should have just shit in it if he was going to be charged anyway.
Well, if you bend over at that age and your core's not good, you might fall
Okay.
backwards into the water. Let's not put the poor guy in danger.
You might prolapse your anus into the
there's
water.
all kinds of problems.
I spoke with residents who declined to interview, but for the most part said that they were outraged. However, one neighbor said he didn't believe that this was a fireable.
By the way,
Wait.
tell me this is a small market television network without telling me it's a small market television network.
Oh, you don't think he's cute as a button?
Oh, not quite.
Fence. What is your reaction to the video I just showed you?
What do you think about the whole pissing in the water thing?
Look at him.
I know.
What a dork.
I don't see nothing, unless they don't have a restroom out there. That's the only thing. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But
I love this guy.
It's Alabama.
Hey, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, what? Ain't got a restroom in there? I mean, you gotta go. What the fuck you gonna do?
Look, I'm not into telling secrets and shit, but I did that once when I worked at the plant back in the day.
Unless they don't have a restroom out there, that's the only thing. I don't see nothing wrong with
He
it.
pissed somewhere once.
It don't bother me.
I drink bottled water anyway. I brush my teeth with milk, so.
He was seconds away from saying he's drank worse.
Yeah. Oh, man, you wouldn't believe the kind of stuff I done been drinking. So, whatevs.
You ever made a girl squirt before?
Partner.
Partner.
My lost interest with 199 says edibles got me through this show. Congratulations, buddy.
Fun.
Happy Plague Doctor with $5 says you'll never suspect me. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound very good. 145 away from knocking it out tonight. Taste Fairy becoming a member for the 9th month says now we have to catch that Chinese guy at the Coca-Cola factory.
Thank you.
Mike Erb says with $4 says be gentle. It's my first time. When is show back? Tomorrow morning.
Yep, 6 a.m. Central.
At 6 a.m. Central time. Or, look, we got to fire up the music and see if we're going to knock out this last $145 before the end of business tonight. Matt with $10 and Ewell Gibbons with $10 over on PayPal. So that's going to knock us off by another $20. Only 125 away from knocking out the goal. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to fire up the music. We don't call this a hype train, but Royce started calling it a hype train. That harkens back to the Twitch days.
Yes.
It would encourage people to contribute and give. That's fine. I think it's because we play the train music. They called it that. But we just call it can rattling, e-begging, trying to knock out our nightly goal, and do an extra half hour of overtime. So we've either got 5 minutes left in tonight's show, or we've got 35 minutes left in tonight's show. And believe me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories left to go. We got plenty of content for you.
Yeah.
So let's fire up the music. Let's blow the whistle, and let's see if we can knock out this last 125 this evening. It is our last goal until Thursday. We won't have one tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Here we go. Here we go. I just scared the shit out of the dog for that one, guys. All right. Mark says, do the Cash Conga line. Oh, there you go. That's cute. Matt says, Streamlabs, yo ass. All right. Let me go to Streamlabs, and I'll read that.
Forget about that.
Very sorry, sir.
Oh, you're not in?
I'll get in there. Don't worry about it. 125 away. There's the Streamlabs and PayPal link in the chat. They take the smallest percentage, about 5, maybe even a little less.
Yes, your money goes the farthest.
Ewell Gibbons writes, choo choo. Matt Field says, my e-beggar buddy is busted for the month. Our favorite cartoon gorilla has a sick doggo that needs surgery. I had to help Greg Gorilmo with Bubba Henry. All right. Well, there you go.
Huh.
If you guys feel like subscribing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. 199 from My Lost Interest says, plus what's left of my edibles. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy Plague Doctor just says, big Jew. Thank you. 125, Fat Andy says, e-beg like a bastard. Well, I mean,
bits and subs, guys.
Bits and subs, just like the old days, guys. What do you say? Isn't this better than 25 minutes of commercials every hour?
Yes.
That's all I keep thinking is, hey, you can say that it's shameless and it's beggary and tin cans and all that shit. Sure, absolutely, you're right. But have you ever been a radio ad salesperson? You want to talk about undignified and begging. Oh, yuck.
I've seen that.
Pat Andy says, pull those knee pads out and get those mouths ready. All right, here we go. 125 away. If you feel like chipping in, boy, I tell you what, do we appreciate it. No goal now until Thursday. And only 125 away from this one. We are 2 minutes away from knocking it out or not knocking it out. 125 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, Rumble rants, whatever you feel like doing. Let's do it together. Spicy Mustard with $5 says, take my money, you make me laugh. That's all we're saying. Take my money, you make me laugh works for us.
We appreciate it.
Don't let Royce Lopez win. Donate now. Don't be a poor, says Zen Rhino. All right. Well, if you want to turn everybody against each other, I mean, that's one way of doing it. The old divide and conquer. 120 away. Are we going to miss tonight? If we get inside of 50, we extend by a half hour. Right now, we got a minute 20 to go. 120 away. Optic Nerve says, do you take wampum?
Whoa.
Depends on how desperate we are.
You're right.
Von Kaiser says, remember the Bits and Subs t-shirt with the sandwich on it?
Yes.
We sure do.
I still have a few.
We sure do. We still have some of those, yeah. All right, guys. Let's see if we can knock out that 120. About 1 minute left. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. 50 seconds to go. 120 away from knocking it out for the night. You know, MSO always says that April's the one who always hits the goal. It's the other guys who don't. Let's see if we're going to do it. 35 seconds to go. My Lost Interest with 199 says, where's David Chandler when you need him? Oh, boy.
Don't want to lean on a guy like that.
Don't want to lean on a guy. He's a very generous dude. And we've done it without him plenty of times. We can do it without him again. Rupert with 1999. That's going to get us to 105. So 55 away from buying a little extra time. 105 away from the goal. Says, is that a corset, April? It looks good and comfy. All right.
Corsets are tight, man.
10 seconds left to go.
Silk.
10 seconds to go in the beggary session. And 105 away from tonight's goal. Will we miss it? Will we make it up tomorrow evening? We will see. There's the end of the music. All right. There it is.
Refresh.
Let's go ahead and hit the refresh button on everything and see if we got there. All right. We hit refresh. Von Kaiser with $10. That's going to put us at 95. You know, I'll be honest with you. I never thought overtime was in question tonight.
I didn't either.
Happy Plague Doctor with $10, and with the 199s and stuff, we're going to make that 85 away from tonight's overtime. See, now we're getting to that point where it's close enough where you almost want to do it because you feel bad and you're taking away overtime over like $30, and that seems a little cheapy. What do you think, guys? Do you think we'll knock this out? If I give you the 30 minutes, do you think we knock it out?
They're usually there when we need them.
You guys are usually there. 85. If it was like 150, I'd be like, well, you know, what are you going to do? We'll try again tomorrow. But it's only 85. Whitney with $10 says, nice seeing you two smiling and having fun. Taking the high road will pay off. Oh, it already has, man. Look, we have a bigger audience than all those people.
Thank you, Whitney.
That high road shit is what you got to do. You got to do an actual show. You can't do your show for or because of other people. You got to do it because you want to entertain an audience. Thank you, Whitney. You've got a good head on your shoulders. 80 away, people are saying just do it. They're saying just go ahead and do it.
I've been here for the whole show. I might as well keep going.
Bouncing Toast says, I believe in us. Do it.
Right.
Let's go. All right.
Nice to see Bouncing Toast. I feel like I don't see that name much.
Good to see Bouncing Toast. All right. They're all saying do it. 80 away.
Why not? You've got some good shit in here.
We've got some very good shit.
I never feel like they let us down. I actually feel bad if we don't give it to them usually.
Zen Rhino says, I believe they're good for it. Do the overtime. All right. Well, there you go, guys. There's the Streamlabs and PayPal links in the chat. 80 away. That only takes a handful of you in order to knock it out. If you hit the like button, that's always great. Appreciate that. Of course, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed.
The show.
This is a problem, not the goal part. I'm very confident that you guys are going to be able to take that out. But this part that we're about to do, and by the way, this does count as a win for MSO.
Oh yeah, this does
count as a W for MSO.
He did say bummer. He doesn't want to win.
Look, he gets a few wins. What are you going to do?
Actually, it's me.
Yes. That's right. It's your sock account. Bill Loney with $5 says hi. All right, 75 away while we do overtime for you here. 75 away. You guys say you're good for it. I believe you. So, you know how Jon Stewart said on Colbert that one time that the world is going to end? Thank you, Nicholas, for 5. Oh, Jesus. Now they're coming in.
Thank you.
70 away from knocking it out. Thank you, boys and girls.
You guys are great, always.
You know how Jon Stewart said on Colbert that the world is going to end with a scientist going, oh, it worked.
Yes, and it'll be true.
Not only will it be true, I feel like we're just about there. I feel like we're flirting with it every single day. And this last one here might be pushing us towards it. Scientists have created a meatball from resurrected woolly mammoth flesh.
Oh, God.
But they're too afraid to eat it because it might kill them. You know, for once, I would like to see the scientists take the risk.
Yes, don't use us as your little guinea pigs. You
Right.
did it. You check it.
I would like to I would like to see the scientists fuck up, make some weird shit that they weren't supposed to make, and then they have to go ahead and taste it. I want them to be the guinea pigs. We're always their guinea pigs. They always make some kind of Frankenstein creation. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, why don't you eat up? We'll tell you all about it.
How do you make resurrected woolly mammoth meat?
If I knew, I'd
What
have
is
a
that?
freezer full of woolly mammoth meatballs right now.
Yeah, but they might kill you. How do you do this?
Yeah, but it's a great conversation piece. Thank you, Wildcard, for the $4.99, and thank you. There was someone else who came in there. Where was it? There you go, Michael, over on PayPal with $5, and now you guys are only 60 away from knocking it out. I think you're going to make good on your promise. So, scientists have resurrected the flesh of mammoths to make a meatball. They took the DNA sequence from a mammoth muscle protein and filled in the gaps with code from an elephant, the species' closest living relative.
This sounds like Jurassic Park.
This sequence was then placed in the myoblast stem cells from a sheep, which replicated to grow 20 billion cells that were in turn used to grow the mammoth meat.
Oh, somebody can eat this, right? If it's just shit from an elephant and a sheep.
They are
Why
throwing
not?
together so many crazy fucking things at once.
Pay somebody enough, they'll eat it.
Well, that's true. They're just trying to get Rogan back to do Fear Factor. That's all this is.
That show was wild.
This is just a way to get Rogan back into the game. We haven't seen this protein for thousands of years, said Professor Ernst Wolftang, that sounds like a made-up name. That sounds like a porn name of a professor, who made the meatball with scientist named Val. So we had no idea how our immune system would react when we eat it. But if we did it again, we could certainly do it in a way that would make it more palatable to regulatory bodies. Why not just fucking eat the thing and we'll find out? You guys can, stab yourself in the neck with a serum or some shit.
This always take some fucking Benadryl or something. I don't know.
Sure, you'll be fine. I mean, Benadryl should be able to kill mammoth diseases.
This
Mammoth pox.
This always leads me to go down the road of where they don't want us to have cows and shit anyways, and they want us to have more sustainable food. So why are we coming up with woolly mammoth meat?
Right.
Why did we do that?
There's no reason.
How much money did we just spend on creating this meatball that now nobody wants to eat?
And that's what I always think about. For every dollar you spent creating the mammoth meatball, that is a dollar that could have been spent on pancreatic cancer.
Yes.
It just tells me they've given up on pancreatic cancer and are they're some scientists are atheists, but some of them are going, you know what? Some people, God just wanted them to die. Fuck them. We got to make a mammoth meatball. We're not going to worry about your pancreatic cancer. We haven't moved the needle on that in decades. Who gives a shit?
And check this out. They have 3 days to either freeze the damn thing or somebody eat it lest it spoil. You're just going to resurrect woolly mammoth meat and let it spoil.
And let it spoil. What a waste.
You guys are wasteful.
And why bring back the woolly mammoth meat? Why not bring back the woolly mammoth, create woolly mammoth farms, and then harvest them for their meat, and we can all try it?
You could start breeding them with elephants, potentially.
Exactly. Why wouldn't we? I've never seen a movie where that goes poorly.
No.
We'll be fine. Rouse Sauce with $20 says some gratitude.
Aw.
Thanks for the laughs.
Thank you. That's the second time tonight.
Bouncing Toast with $5 says, love you guys. Pay me enough. I would eat it as long as there would be lots of Pepto. I start at $5 million, though.
Thank you, Mr. Toast.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Toast. And also $10 coming in from Twizzle. He says Twizzle is back.
Look at all these VIP names coming around.
That's wonderful to see you guys
crazy.
again. And I believe that puts us, yes, it does, $30 away from knocking it out tonight. So we're giving you guys the overtime. You said, don't worry about it. We'll get this goal thing knocked out. You guys were right. $30. In fact, April and I were talking about this the other day. We were like, why don't we just do just make it a 4.5 hour show and just trust the audience that they like the show enough they'll knock it out no matter what.
I don't like cutting the show off early. It feels like ending a party before it's supposed to be over.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't like that feeling, and sending all your friends home, it's dumb.
Whitney says, sorry, son, we couldn't find a cure, but as a last meal, try these meatballs. That's exactly kind of what you're saying, though.
Yes, and it's the least sustainable food of all time now.
Woolly mammoth meat?
Right.
Yeah.
You've got to literally inject proteins and shit into other shit just to maybe eat the meatball.
Gina Bobina says, glad you dumbasses are paying these begging morons. Well, I wish it didn't bother you so much.
That's a fake account and somebody called him.
Yeah,
out.
Gina, I wish this didn't bother you so much. I wish it didn't make you so unhappy. That's too bad. Oh, well. Marquise with $5, Bouncing Toast with $5 says, she called me mister. I had to give 5 more. Marquise says, my roll up for weed money. You're welcome. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, poor Gina. That's too bad. I'm upset that you're unhappy.
I was going to say it too with we're talking about the goals and you guys always come up for us, like you're always there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We say it all the time on this show. Like, we don't go to bed thinking about you people or anything, like the shitty ones. Like, this is something I do go to bed thinking about sometimes, just how supportive you guys are. So,
Optic Nerve says, Gina never pays for entertainment. Yeah, well, here's the thing with that is that this is the best deal there is because most of the people who enjoy it and love it don't pay for it. We just say, hey, if you can, here's what it takes to keep this thing going. And the audience goes, yeah, fuck it, sure. So we like that. Oh, Gina does say she's been drinking. Okay, well, look, Gina might be just a crazy white bitch.
I haven't had any alcohol tonight.
I sure have.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you have 2 beers over there.
I had a couple of beers.
Oh.
$20
I'm
away
not
from.
drinking.
Well, good for you. You're just the best little teetotaler.
I haven't told you
Gina
yet.
says, I know I'm broke. Fuck off. See, Gina, I wish more people could be like you and just admit it. That it's not about us. It's about an unhappiness inside your soul or something inside of you that comes out. And we would never shame you for that, Gina. Enjoy the show. Love the show.
Did you see there's somebody named Cuke Diff
I
now?
was just going to say that. I fucking love Cuke Diff.
That is adorable.
But to make it full circle, Cuke Diff has to do content as a cucumber.
They need a channel.
Yeah, you got to have a channel. You got to do the whole thing. You got to do the whole thing.
There could be a pumpkin and call him Pump Diff.
Pump Diff. Although that could have multiple
could be
meanings.
multiple
Yeah, that could mean a lot of different things. It doesn't look like they're going to eat the mammoth meatball. But you could find some guy for the right amount of money. Like that one guy said, my number is $5 million. You could find a guy, like if the scientists want to find out what mammoth meat's going to do to the human body, there's a guy out there who would be like, $500,000.
No. Use somebody that's already dying and see if it just kills them now.
No, you got to have a healthy person. Because otherwise your sample's ruined.
Old and sick, I don't see what the loss is.
Right, but we don't want to.
What if it just smells like the most delicious thing you've ever had?
Then eat it. Enjoy it.
I think you should just eat it.
I bet you could find some guy in Alabama, you could pay him $10,000 and give him lifetime passes to NASCAR infield tickets, and he would do it.
I bet for less than that.
There's good odds.
Give him free beer for life.
But there's also good odds that nothing happens to you and you're fine and you still get all that cool shit. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. The Happy Plague Doctor with $20 says, I love the Jews. Rupert with $4.99 says, I play Mountain Blade while I listen to the evening show. I need the laughs as I bring Valandia to victory.
Aww.
Gotta be Valandia. Got to.
That's cool.
It's great. Valandia is the way to go. In fact, I got a game going right now that I haven't played in a while. But
why don't you play a little tonight?
Oh, Do you have a vibrator you have a date with or something?
No.
How fucking dare you?
I'm not allowed to have toys.
I shove them all up my asshole.
Right. If I have any in the house, he uses them.
Thank you, guys. We have knocked out tonight's goal. Kyle W. with $5 says tomorrow, toward tomorrow morning and Corey's severance. Now, tomorrow, if you want to contribute to Corey, we're going to give him half the PayPal and Streamlabs that come in. It's hard to keep track of the super chats throughout the show. So I'm going to say, guys, that I can guarantee you Corey will get the money that comes into Streamlabs and PayPal. I can't guarantee that I'm going to have a fair breakdown of the YouTube money because it's hard to keep up with.
It's funky.
Cuke Diff is saying to you, I fit into places like that.
No, I think he's talking to you. You said you'd use my toys.
Oh, my asshole.
If I had any.
Oh, well, Cuke Diff, look, don't think I don't appreciate the gesture. All right.
Why imitate when I can have the real thing?
Alcata with $30 over on Rumble says, keep it going. Thank you, Alcata. Okay, now you guys are way over. You have to stop.
Thank you. Now I'm bashful.
You guys have to. No, Bouncing Toast.
Mr. Toast.
You got to stop. It's done. It's over. There's no goals until Thursday now. You guys are all good. Bouncing Toast with $5 says Canada could use the mammoth meat in their Feel Sad No Longer program. Send a meatball to each sad person. Oh, yeah, the MAID program.
Your last meal.
Yeah, the MAID program.
The Last
could use
Supper.
Yeah, could use mammoth meat. But then you're going to be depressed when you find out that it's just meat and it's probably fine.
Serious question for you, and sometimes we do this with the kids because the oldest asks, what do you think about bringing back mammoths? I know how I feel about it.
I think mammoths would be fine.
I don't, and
they're not that big.
Really? I thought they were much bigger.
And aren't they plant eaters too?
They're going to be eating so much. They'll take massive shits that people already complain about cows shitting and climate change and stuff. I don't know.
They were 9 to 11 feet tall.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't care, I guess.
Woolly mammoths weren't that. I mean, they were a fuckload bigger than elephants.
I want to see
they weighed about 6 tons.
I want to see the comparison. How much does a normal elephant weigh?
All right, so a mammoth is about 12,000 pounds and about 10 feet tall. How big what are the biggest ones? Indian elephants?
Yes, I think.
Indian elephants. 6.6 to 11.5 feet, 6,000 to 11,000 pounds. So they're about the same size as a mammoth. A little smaller. So mammoths aren't that. You could bring those. Nah, you could bring those back. You could put them in there. Nobody would know the difference except for the big tusks. Do you know how fucking quick people would start hunting those things, though? And cutting those sons of bitches off?
People already go for the tusks today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mammoth tusk?
Somebody made me smile. I think it was Rupert said, April, because the fake ones vibrate. You know what? Touche.
African elephants are bigger because of course they are, says Stevie J. Oh, African elephants? I thought Indians were the biggest one.
I thought the Indians were the biggest as well.
24 feet. Oh, God, 13 feet high and 22,000 pounds. Oh!
Boy, they do grow bigger in Africa. Holy shit.
Thank you, April. So, an African elephant beats the shit out of a woolly mammoth.
How? Because wouldn't there be less food over there? I thought it's a bunch of desert.
They have plenty they have plenty of vegetation.
I haven't
in
been
most
there,
parts
you know
of Africa.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Yeah, so you could bring woolly mammoths back and they wouldn't even be the biggest things.
Okay, where are you putting them?
Africa. Oh, no, they're mammoths. You can't. Yeah. Canada.
They
Siberia.
need to be somewhere cold.
Siberia.
Russia.
Yeah. Put them in Kamchatka. I'm just going by the old Risk territories. That's all. Put them in the Urals.
Urals?
Yeah, put them in the Ural Mountains. They'll be fine there. Guys, I got bad news.
Nope.
You probably said this at one point in your life. You've probably uttered the sentence, after something stupid became quote-unquote racist, you probably went, oh, what's next? They're going to say 2 + 2 = 4 is racist?
I've said that.
Well, say hello to Canada, because Canada is now saying 2 + 2 = 4 is white supremacy.
Oh, yeah.
2 + 2 no longer equals 4, according to members of the Ontario Mathematics Coordinators Association, who consider the equation to be a white supremacist dog whistle instead of a basic mathematical truth. This is when you over-progressive yourself and you just overthink shit to the point where you give yourself brain damage. According to a webinar created by the OMCA president, Jason Tu, proponents of math's political neutrality, who use the phrasing 2 + 2 = 4, are engaged in the act of covert white supremacy. Now, all the saying 2 + 2 = 4 is supposed to illustrate is how simple something is. It's an A to B kind of a thing.
Yes.
Hey.
It's simplistic.
Hey, man, 2 + 2 = 4. What we're trying to say, what we're trying to convey when we say that is that this is simple. This is very easy. It's straightforward, which apparently now easy and straight. This is where the racism comes in, though. They're saying it's easy and straightforward. That easy and straightforward is white supremacy. What does that mean? People of color can't get easy and straightforward? You're kind of saying people of color don't understand that 2 + 2 = 4.
God, that gets ugly fast, but they don't want to acknowledge that.
If you work this out to its ultimate conclusion, then yeah, you're basically saying that, hey, don't say 2 + 2 = 4. You know those black people don't get that.
Are people just uncomfortable with simple shit now? Everything needs to be very complex.
Here's the problem with the gatekeepers of this
What the hell?
the gatekeepers of this progressive ideology. They run into these weird intellectual cul-de-sacs where they're very easily proven wrong by a very simple statement. You know, like, hey man, 2 + 2 = 4. When they run into that cul-de-sac, instead of turning around and trying to figure out another answer, they just bulldoze the house, call it racist, and then keep moving forward. They're like, 2 + 2 = 4. This ain't gonna look, man. You're overthinking this. 2 + 2 = 4. Let's keep it simple. They're like, well, guess what? All of those phrases are now racist, and you, my friend, are a Nazi. So into the car you go. I cannot stress enough how much of this is not a joke. Here's a slide from the webinar. You guys won't be able to see this, but I'll bounce it up as much as I can.
Come on, Canna. Make this bigger.
There we go. Overt white supremacy, unacceptable in math education. Segregated classes, fair. Using racial slurs with students, fair.
Ooh, is a whiteboard going to be on there?
Not in the overt ones. Racist jokes, racist word problems. All right, fair enough. Covert white supremacy, which is still acceptable in math education. Deficit thinking. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
The phrase, apparently this is covert white supremacy, just stick to math. Yeah, what a shitty thing to say in a math class.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't see color in my math class. Well, they're numbers. You're not supposed to see skin. If you're seeing skin color in numbers, you've got fucking mental problems. Eurocentric math curriculum.
What is that?
Counting. Standardized testing is racist.
Okay.
Tracking or streaming is racist. I don't know necessarily what they mean by that. Racial hierarchy in mathematics. Dismissing alternative algorithms. Special education process. And, of course, math is neutral. 2 + 2 = 4. So all of those are now covert racism.
I am kind of impressed they didn't put whiteboards on there. Use of whiteboards.
You're giving them a little bit of credit for not putting the whiteboard in there?
I am, because I called that back when there was some sort of class out in Portland that we did a story on like over a year ago that they've determined the math was racist out there, you know? And I'm like, the next thing they're going to say is that any classroom that uses a whiteboard is racist. It's got to be chalkboard.
Well, hey, this brought you closer. I mean, this puts you closer to that.
Yeah, this makes my brain hurt, though, because I have to literally inject racism into my math to make it be that.
Right, and I'm busy injecting it into my veins. So how am I supposed to be? April, why don't you ask our good friend Shaka what he thinks about it? Why don't you give him a little math quiz right now? He'll tell you if it's racist or not.
Shaka, do you know what 2 + 2 is?
Oh, Lordy, April, 2 + 2 = 4. Like when I look at those nice white titties and I think, wouldn't I like to have 2 more of those? 2 April titties plus 2 more April titties done make 4 April titties.
Yeah.
And those my favorite kind of April titties. There you go.
Well, you're not supposed to say that in front of Aaron, though.
Not only does he know that 2 + 2 = 4, he can write it out as a word problem and show his work.
He is good at it.
There you go.
Mathematician over there.
See, you guys are being racist by saying it's racist.
He's so happy about his math, too. I like his dancing.
I like his passion for education. to me, should be mimicked by children around the world.
He dresses nice for class.
Yeah, he's a what do you call it?
Dapper.
Not dapper. No, he's an example. He sets an example for everybody.
Sets the bar high.
Yeah, I think so. CNN, desperate for ratings, is looking at Gail Kim's a wrestler. Gail King and a Gail King Charles Barkley show amid a fall primetime revamp. They want to give Charles fucking Barkley a cable news primetime show, and I have to tell you right now, sign me the fuck up. Charles Barkley, he's one of these guys who doesn't fit in the modern world because he's not Republican, he's not Democrat.
I know.
He kind of says a little bit of everything.
He says his opinions without, care.
I would love to have Charles Barkley have a show. Fuck Gail King. Get her out of here. The only reason she's even a thing is because she kissed up to Oprah. She's Oprah's buddy, right?
Yeah.
Gail King's Oprah's buddy. Nobody gives a shit about Gail King. She name-dropped Oprah's name to the top of news.
I don't think anyone talks about Oprah now.
Get Gail King the fuck out of there and let Charles Barkley run rampant on cable news for an hour a night. I would love that.
I think they're just going for we need somebody attractive on TV.
John Hahn says, yeah, you put those two together, it's Chuck and some bitch in the morning. No, they want to put him on prime time, by the way. They want to put him on at 7 p.m., which I say yes. Absolutely. You're going to have to write him a pretty big check, though.
Yeah, because doesn't he have several things he does now?
I think he mostly does the inside the NBA thing, but it's not like he needs money.
No.
King, who co-hosts CBS Mornings, is carving out a contract with her current employer so that she can take the CNN gig, but a source close to the situation said CBS is dragging its feet. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to pay someone millions of dollars, you want exclusivity to them.
Absolutely.
You don't want another network using them.
You only want people going to your network to see that person.
Right. No one expects a deal to be finalized right away, the source said. CNN boss Chris Licht is optimistic that King and Barkley will both be on board to host a show this fall. Barkley, who has a massive deal with TNT to co-host Inside the NBA, will likely have an easier time with his contract as TNT is a sister network of CNN. And both are owned by Warner Brothers Discovery.
Then that seems like he would slide right in there.
Yeah. It's unclear where Barkley's contract stands, but he recently told the Post that he was considering a show out of respect for Gail King and that he wanted to help the company. See, this is where these corporate suits fuck up, though. These corporate suits fuck up where they go, I have an idea. Let's unleash Charles Barkley on primetime. And we all go, yes, that will be great. Charles Barkley gets people riled up. He has a lot of opinions. He'll be perfect for primetime. But this is where these shitty suits get in the way, is they go, we'll put Gail King with them to kind of keep him in line. Well, then there's no point in getting Charles Barkley.
No, you're fucking... That's going to turn into, whether we like it or not, how Don Lemon just never gets along with his female co-host. It will turn into something like that.
Well, he respects Gail King. So he'll probably keep it down a little bit out of respect and deference to Gail King. It'll be Charles Barkley with a governor on him. And I don't like that. That's like in radio here in St. Cloud. The other radio companies, when we made it to number one, I would talk to these other radio companies, and their thing was always, we can bring you aboard and we can give you a show, but there's some of your rougher edges we'd have to kind of buff out. And I'm like, but the reason we're number one is because of those edges. You want Aaron Imholt. You just don't want Aaron Imholt. You want the number one show in the market, but you don't want to bring the guy and his show to your station to be the number one thing in the market.
Sure.
Patrice O'Neill used to say this about people who wanted to hire him for things. They want him, but he was difficult to work with. He was kind of a prick.
Smoke.
They want him, but they don't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Charles Barkley. They want to bring the thing over to, because CNN primetime sucks right now and nobody watches it. So they want to bring the thing that Charles Barkley brings, which is eyeballs on the product. But they don't quite want all of Charles Barkley, which is the thing that people would tune in to watch. So let's put Gail King in there to kind of bring the speed limit down a little bit.
I don't like that, though. I don't need my shit to have like safety on it. I don't need the training wheels.
But that's why CNN does shitty
Fails.
numbers.
They
Right.
fail.
Could you imagine if Fox News said, look, Tucker Carlson's saying some wild,
gonna bring up Tucker.
dangerous shit.
Yeah.
We need to put a governor on him. People would stop watching Tucker.
Can you imagine a show between Tucker and Barkley? That
honestly
would be too much in one room almost.
I think Tucker would drive him nuts.
Really?
Because
you don't think he'd hold his own in
Barkley
there?
can be to the right on a lot of issues, but not as right as Tucker is.
Right.
And Tucker's always to the right, and Barkley's kind of all over the place. So I don't think they would. No. I think those are. See, there are some guys who just need to be on a show by themselves.
I think Tucker is great by himself.
Yeah, and I think Charles Barkley would be great by himself.
He is a standalone fruit.
Yeah. Tucker is a standalone fruit. Oh, man. We have, April and I are going to be recording the 21 Guns podcast.
That's right.
For Compound Media. We're going to be on with those guys tomorrow. I think that show airs on Friday. We're going to be on with those guys. It's going to be great. Another Compound appearance for your friends at Steel Toe. There's more Compound stuff in the works. We're very excited about it. We like working with those guys. And then we've got a show. Oh, it's going to be Corey's Last Morning Show tomorrow. And we're going to give half of all the stuff on Streamlabs and PayPal to Corey on his way out. Super Chats I cannot guarantee because I can't keep count during the whole show. So we'll do a 4-hour morning show tomorrow. You guys can say your goodbyes to Corey.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll talk about all of the memories from over the years and all that stuff and so on and so forth. And then tomorrow night, prize show at 7:00 where we're going to give a certain member.
You got this.
A little cash prize. We're going to give a certain VIP a cash prize. And we're going to, everybody who buys the 2 stickers this month, we're going to pick one of you, and we're going to slip a little something extra in with your stickers. Not a contest, not a lottery. Don't spurg out. We're just customer appreciation show.
Absolutely.
Throwing in a little something to those who support us, and we do appreciate it. All right, guys, take it easy. We will talk to you tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. April, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to everyone.